Hey guys, this is Talion Trevere, and I'm here with a new game, that being Murders on the Yangtze River. Yeah, welcome. It's kind of been a while, but here we are, starting a new game. As you can see, we have a ghostly visitor with us as well.
Hello.
This is Luke. You may remember him from, like, what was it? The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog, and so on.
That infinite time loop. Sonic the Hedgehog.
You like your murders, huh? Oh,
I do like my murders, yes. Comes with the territory.
the fluffy one is here with us as well, taking her tail in front of the screen, as usual. As is her job as Kitty. Alright, so I guess let's get started. We were testing this yesterday, and we may have a little bit of a bug on our hands. Namely, the opening cutscene had like an echo in the dialogue. So we'll see if that's gonna be a problem. I have no idea what's causing this or what to do about it, but hopefully it's just gonna be for like pre-rendered cutscenes and not like the whole game. We'll see.
It's artistic. It's thematic, actually.
Yeah, so the stream might be slightly cursed. We'll see. Haunted, if you will.
We're starting on a strong note.
Yeah. Anything else? Yeah, for voices, I think this game does have voice acting, probably in Chinese, so I'm not sure if we're gonna end up, like, reading the dialogue. Like, you know, I'm assuming that most people watching this don't speak Chinese and would prefer people to read it out in English. And, well, I mean, I guess you can, like, read the subtitles, but I do generally prefer to read out the dialogue. I don't know if we're gonna end up doing it this time. I think we can try to just let the voices play. Well, again, we should probably just let it go and see what the voices are actually like. Because we did that in Volcano Princess, which also had voice acting in Chinese. And it was just kind of awkward, because first of all, it just took a long time to get through anything, because I would have to wait for the voice line to end and then say the thing. And it just took forever. And I didn't always know when the, like, line was over, because I don't speak Chinese. So.
There is probably a setting to, if it turns out we have to read the dialogue out loud, there is probably a setting for that.
Yeah, there is a way to turn off voices. The thing is, though, like, I just feel like voice acting is kind of a big part of the game, and, like...
Yeah, for sure.
I want to appreciate the work that they put into it, so... Hey, welcome, Queen Kitty Bat. Thanks for coming. Yeah, I did see that there was an option to turn the voices off. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens, I guess. Let's just go right into it. Yeah, so I know you've played the game before, and I imagine you probably experienced it without the echo bug, so this might be a new experience for you. Watch me start the game and the bug is mysteriously gone. That'll be something.
Vanished. Reverse cursed.
Oh, here, wait, while it's doing this, let's move you off the center of the screen.
Yeah.
Here we go. We can adjust later, but for now, yeah.
How many times have you returned to this point? I have not counted. 3 years. You're here almost every single night. And as time goes by, your memory is beginning to fade.
Yeah, that's what I meant by echo.
Don't stand in my way. No matter how long you're here, no matter how deep the truth is hidden in the shadows, I will find it.
Who are all these people? I guess we're gonna find out. It is more dramatic,
Find
right?
out. Yes,
Then I
it's
guess
in theme.
have time to lose. The key to the case is that book.
Of course.
Huh.
That book. We should have known. But yes, no, I maintain that actually it's better with the echo because it's thematic.
Okay, so this part is voiced in Chinese. Do you want to just let the voices go for now? Okay,
Yeah, we'll see how it goes, yeah.
Let's see what else we have. Inventory, and I inked a pact with death. That's such a cool line by the. Oh wait, spoilers.
Yeah.
We don't want to see the characters yet. That's a
only
good
know one
line.
thing
Jeez.
about this person.
Yeah.
She inked a pact with death. They inked a pact with death? Question mark.
Yeah.
But you see, the echo it's on theme. It's about the repetition. He keeps coming back to this night after night. It's better actually.
And the extra funny thing is that I had to keep coming back to that cutscene when I was trying to figure out the
Again and again, we're getting into the mindset of our protagonist.
I know.
We too have inked a pact with death.
Mm-hmm. It's all thematically relevant.
It's all relevant.
That's definitely a jump in art style, but this style looks pretty cute, so I'm not complaining. Ooh, I like the chromatic aberration effect. Oh no, what happened? Death came knocking, I guess.
He dead. Oh. Did we kill him?
Unexpected misfortune. Of course, like in any Ace Attorney game, you start out with the protagonist getting accused of murder.
It's a rite of passage.
Yep.
Scene of the crime, I assume.
头好晕，思绪一点都不清晰。杀人犯，这是在说我吗？
Yeah, such a classic Ace Attorney opening. Love it.
A murderer? No. Immediately arrested. Look, they did this in classic Ace Attorney style.
Oh.
They searched for 2 seconds.
Yeah,
They found
of
someone on the
course.
scene. They're like, boom, case closed.
Yeah.
不是我，我是一名侦探，到此。狡辩！你竟敢杀了罗翁！马捕头勿要激动，让他把话说完吧。验明正身还是必要的。
Let him finish.
在下沈仲平，是一名旅行侦探。我和我的助手阿福，是昨天晚上才到这座小镇的。我们乘的
Oh,
船
did I
中途出故障了，
think I might have
折
interrupted
腾
the
到深
line?
夜才靠岸。
没想到咱们这么晚才到，
还不是因为我们的天才发明家烧了发电机。
So
这是
their
船长的
sidekick.
错。我很早就提醒过他换零件了。
船长最大的错误，就是让你碰发电机。
You guys like dorks, you'll like Apu soon. Yeah, I guess so.
咦，
We're gonna get to know him.
好像有个姐姐在哭
real soon.
Powers of observation. This is why he's our Watson.
姑娘
Yep.
你还好吗？
That look was...
诶，怎么跑了？
或许有
He's
难言
seen
之
some
隐。
shit.
那我们继续赶路吧。话说回来，你要拜访的这位作家，真的跟那桩悬案有关？
我有预感，他会成为案子的突破口。往院子里走，就到目的地了。咱们一会儿见。
啊，我不一起吗？
你得找零件修船。
好吧，好吧，早点回来。
Okay,
我去找零
real
件了。
quick, can you just like Alien, can you like the adjusting box for my little icon is like got a little red line that's going across the screen that I can see.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
Forgot
no,
you
it's
could
cool.
See that. Let's
I,
get rid of
I
that. Yeah,
assume
there you go.
clicking anywhere will.
Yeah. Are you positioned
Alright.
okay? Here, let's...
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
from
I'm
the side a
fine
bit.
here.
I think you're small enough that you don't overlap the character sprites too much, so I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I might move myself off to the side a little bit more.
Just a little bit. I think some of the text at the very end was getting covered up.
Okay. Yeah, that should be hopefully better. Oh, whoa. I
Alright.
really neumed there.
He's so cool and so fast.
Yep.
谁呀？都这么晚了，
See, this really is the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog.
在下沈仲平，与罗贝先生约好今日见面。
Mm.
途中遭遇风暴，
That's
耽误了行
definitely
程。
not going to help frame us for murder later.
Yep.
The fact that we have an
不敢失了
appointment with
先
the
生的约，
deceased.
才冒昧深夜前来。
沈仲平，我们什么时候见过吗？
Do I know you?
我们素未谋面，一直都是书信来往。
That's going to be important. He doesn't know what we look like.
Yeah. And we don't know what he looks like.
We don't know what he looks like. That might not even be Master Lowe.
沈先生，请进。
And if they're not showing us the audience.
麻烦沈先生稍等一下。
Oh, he's a real
That-
Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, that doesn't look like the
Maybe
same
I'll
guy
show
who
the
got
bullshit
stabbed.
他们
Yeah.
的思路。
I mean, he could be just wearing different clothes, I guess, but...
Oh, that's true. Because he had like a braid in the back. So this guy could have it
Yes.
under that
This
cape.
guy could.
Yeah.
That deerstalker cap can hide a lot.
Yeah.
没关系，我在一旁静候便是。
It's like, I'm good, I'll
晚
just
上天
chill.
凉，想麻烦先生帮我关门，挂上门栓。
You gotta close the door and lock it. We're creating a locked room
Yep.
murder here. So I need your cooperation for
Wait,
this.
hang on. We have to explore first.
Yeah.
The Western style mirror. Seems out of place compared with the other furniture in this room.
Now, okay, this guy does have a braid, so he could
Yeah.
just not be wearing his clothes.
And he definitely does seem to have a taste for Western clothes, at least.
Yeah, he's a fucking American weeb. British weeb.
Yeah, who knows?
A
There are piles
taboo.
of old books underneath the novelist's bed. They're all covered in dust, which means that he has not read them in quite a while. Of
Yeah, that's
course.
right. You thought you understood deduction? Well, we're out here living it, so.
Wardrobe slightly taller than a person. A lock hangs from the handles.
Interesting.
A
A
lock,
dead
you say?
body already in the wardrobe. Come on, guy.
Clearly.
You're gonna have
We're
to
gonna
do
have
better
to-
than that if you want to frame us for murder.
晚上天凉，想麻烦先生帮我关门。
Yeah.
Do everything around here, alright.
We gotta frame ourselves for our own murder? Come on. For our own murder case.
门已关上，先生可以放心。我这次前来，确实是有要事。先生可曾听说过3年前发生在英国伦敦的那桩奇案？
You know he knows about what's happened in London. Look at him. He follows the news out of
Yeah.
London religiously.
案子的事情我们慢慢聊。 沈先生舟车劳顿，应该还没有
Let's
吃东西
take
吧？
our time and make sure that you can't establish an alibi, and also let me drug you.
这里有些本地特色的潮糕，就在我旁边的箱子上，请先生务必尝一尝。
Oh, he's like, oh, you want to talk about that shit? Not on my watch.
You want to talk about that shit? Well, I was just gonna kill this guy, but now I've killed this guy and I'm gonna frame you for it, so...
Yes, the man dressed as Sherlock if he knows anything about London. Yep.
这里有些本地特。
Yes, okay, fine. Really want to drug
Fine, if we
me.
盘
must.
子里摆着几块晶莹剔透的糕点，确实有些饿了，我就吃一块吧。 不对，
Oh, that was fast.
Oh,
这高粱
incredibly fast acting.
Yep.
Jeez, how much was he dosed with?
事情就是这样，我吃下那块炒糕后就晕了过去，直到大人。
Oh, sorry.
你说
Yeah,
the
I don't
Sherlock
think that's
costume is
the same
mysterious as
guy.
药了才晕倒在房间中呢？
He has the mustache.
Yeah, I'm not denying that they could be people who look similar,
I
but I,
think he just-
suspect that also this is a different guy.
Could be.
的确如此。
狡辩，即便被人下药了，凶
I
手也
like
只可能
how
是你。
his sprite has the ropes. They have a separate sprite for when he's arrested.
Yeah.
本部手握铁证，是绝技不可能弄错的。
Ironclad proof. Okay, nice to know we're
不知
meeting
能
the
否请马捕
gumshoe.
头详细说一说，你手中的铁证是什么？
大胆，竟敢挑衅本部！
理越辩越明，知县大人也一定想听听你的分析，才能避免弄错，不是吗？
I mean, I do assume there would be a trial at some point, my guy.
罗佩是本地名人，本官必要给乡民一个交代。
The judge is like, I don't have time to do judging. I have to gossip.
马捕头就说说吧，人抓的我也安心点儿。
好，让你清楚自己是如何被抓的。
Just so I can rub it in.
Deduction. Okay.
禀张知县，原因很简单，直到我们发现尸体之前，这个房间都处于密闭的状态。
Yeah. We can't climb through that window
Maybe
because
drop
it's got those weird panes.
屋内唯一的
Sealed
窗
off.
户装有木盒，人
Yeah.
是不可能进出的。屋门又是从内侧插上了门栓，若非本捕一脚踹断了门栓，我们都进不了屋。这意味着，凶手只可能是
Latches are like really easy
在屋内
to
的
set
人。
up, though.
Yeah. Well,
Well, I don't know if it's easy, but I know that many other detective games have done that with some
yeah,
kind of
it's like
contraptions.
there are so many ways to get around a locked room mystery. Like
Yeah.
right
But I mean, like, the
now-
door latch specifically.
Yes.
Like, just to have, like, a
My
piece of wood fall over.
My suspicion right now is that it was like he got out in a way other than the lock, because I don't think he would have been so insistent of you need to close and latch the door if he was just going to do it after we got knocked out.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's that. I think there's going to be a different way out. I think that the body was already dead in the closet. I think this is fully a different guy than we met. His body was in the closet, locked. The guy we talked to was the killer, and he just, knocks us out, opens up the closet, and then escapes through whatever method he has that we haven't found yet. That's my working
Yeah.
theory right now.
Could be. Hmm.
也就是你，
That somebody is you!
怎么会这样？
He's like, shit, I thought I was doing a good job of that murder.
还是我自己挂上的门栓？
It's like, turns out I'm bad at this.
理是不是越辩越明了？还不认罪？
No?
马捕头刚刚的分析还是很清晰的，我想应该。
Yeah, we don't have a trial, we're just
I don't
gonna
see
do
about
it.
that.
沈先生，除非你能出示一份能证明你自己无辜
Well,
的
thankfully,
决定
we're
性
the
证
best
明，
detectives this town has ever seen.
否则本官就要下令将你羁押了。
我的双手都被绑着，该如何
Both
在
of
这么
my
短的
hands
时
are
间
tied,
找到决
literally.
定性的证据？
Well, it might help to start by
你要
looking
记下来
around.
通过观察和推理来解决问题，
See?
一切行为都会在现场留下痕迹。
Yes.
我很清楚被害人不是我杀的，有人设了局来陷
He's like, okay, first let's establish. I know I didn't do it.
Yep.
Important to start with that.
I forgot Shen has such a Pikachu face when shocked. Yeah, it's a little bit
He's
funny.
like, oh my god.
因此，在现场遗留的痕迹。
Contradiction.
Contradiction, you say?
猫，在回答知县的问题前，我必须先仔细观察一下现场。
Yes, look around.
Yeah, talking your way out with hands literally tied behind your back. Yep.
That's right, CSI time.
Huh. Wait,
We're looking in the mirror.
Oh, we're looking in the mirror. That's so interesting.
yeah.
That's really fun. All right. Well, the knife is obvious. A short blade stained with blood. This should be the murder weapon. Found within my grasp and now seen as evidence against me.
Okay, so I
Victim
see.
died facing upwards with multiple wounds on his chest. Clothes stained with blood.
So I see something that could definitely be evident. If we look at the blood spatter on the ground.
Yeah, it's like there's a
there's
like
an
cutout.
interruption to
Yeah.
it. And we've got blood on our sleeve that should exactly match it, but only if we were also lying down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My hands and feet are tied, so I can't get any closer to see any other details of the corpse.
So, like, if we circle our thing.
Several long, continuous blood spatters on the floor. They are cast-off pattern bloodstains.
That classic cast-off pattern.
There's an evident gap within the 3 longest bloodstains. How could this be?
A gap?
A gap in a bloodstain is most likely caused by something being removed. The disruption of the bloodstain was likely because something blocked the path of the splatter. The appearance of a gap shows that something that was once there has been moved. Alright. Blood on my sleeve most probably belongs to the deceased. It seems like there's also blood on my back as well.
That's some contortionism. Yeah.
I guess, do you want to voice this guy then?
Oh, are we? Oh, yeah, just because this
I don't know
isn't
if you want
voice.
to. Yeah, for stuff that isn't.
Sure, we could do that. Quit moving, you punk. What are you trying at? I am probably going to default to roughly Ace Attorney, unless you would like me to do different kinds of voices.
Yeah, I mean, Ace Attorney probably works. And yes, I am playing this on controller. Well, specifically, I'm playing on a Steam Deck. Officer Ma, could I trouble you to help me take off my coat?
Oh, oi, how dare you order me around? It's gonna take me a moment to get his voice.
Yeah, that's fine. I would like to take a look at the back to see if it is also stained with blood. I guess I'll do this guy then. Indeed, Mr. Shen, there are bloodstains on your back.
That's gotta be Master Lowe's blood.
Okay.
Across the back.
找
But
到
how
能自
would we
证清
stab
白的
him
证据了
across
吗
the？ back? Yeah.
这件证据就能证明我的清白。
Okay, present evidence.
Present.
Oh, I guess in the inventory?
Yeah, I feel like it's the coat because.
Why is there a... Oh, that was the glossary. Okay, I don't need to see the glossary. How do I present evidence?
I think you would click present evidence and then click the coat.
Switch?
Is there like a way to circle it or something?
No. Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, it's the Ace Attorney thing.
一个背对死者的人，能够用刀杀人吗？
自然不能。
Only if they're a super ninja.
那么，这件血衣便能证明我的清白。
难道这血衣不是你的？
是我的，正穿在我身上。
I'm literally wearing it right now.
What if he killed the guy and then put on the coat to make it
And
look
then
like
put
it
on
couldn't
the
have been him?
It's the perfect crime.
Yeah. There's an entire section dedicated to facts about China and other things in this game. That's actually really useful, because I don't know all that much about Chinese history. So I know this game is set in China in, like, 1900-ish? So, I'm not really familiar with the setting.
We'll learn things.
Yeah.
真是胡闹！你手上持刀，衣服沾血，还敢说自己无罪？
沈先生，这件血衣如何能证明你是无辜的？
请看衣服上血渍的位置，出现在背后，而不是胸前。
这又能说明什么呢？
说明死者的血溅出时，我是背对着他的。我既然背对死者，自然无法举刀扎他的。
Or what if he was wearing the coat backwards? I don't know why I'm trying to prove our protagonist guilty, but
It's the perfect crime.
I'm switching sides now.
Yeah. We changed our mind. New plan.
I am guilty after all. Sorry, guys.
Game over.
硬是在杀人的时候把衣服反过来穿了。
Not
Well, there we
inside
go.
out, backwards.
Yeah. It wouldn't be on the back if we turned it inside out. Come on, Officer Ma. Keep up.
这种鬼把戏本补见得多了。
He's like, I get people turning their clothes inside out to do murders all the time.
地上有2道走势连续的抛甩状血迹，它们的中间
Cast
有一个
off
明显的
pattern
断
blood
层。
stains. We're all familiar.
断层的出现，说明在那里原本有一个遮挡物，后来移动
Now,
了
I
位
will
置。
say the blood pattern does suggest that his body was not dead in the cupboard before we passed
Yeah.
out. However, I maintain that he could have been. He was in the cupboard. He was just like tied up or something.
Yeah, it's
That's
possible.
my addendum theory.
I think my theory is still that he is the guy, but it's possible. Not
Yeah, no,
every
this is
NPC actually uses their brain cells. At a cave, it's better or worse
This
than
is
Ace Attorney. There are definitely
absolutely
people
an
in
Ace
Ace
Attorney
Attorney who don't use their brain cells.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
for
it's
sure.
like the prosecutor will like say something like mildly intelligent, and the entire courtroom's like, "Oh my god,
He's a
how did you
genius.
figure that out?" And it's like,
Yeah.
my favorite is in the
难道
crossover,
有人破坏了
which
现场？
sets itself up as being like witch trials, like literally in the medieval times. And it is very funny because literally the audience is like, he used basic logic to prove something? Is that a spell? Is he a witch?
It's like how in like the investigation games, Edgeworth's thing is logic. He's the only one who can use this magic logic here.
Only one who can use this magic. Yes, this magic is called logic, Your Honor. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh god. Such a good series and such a good. The crossover game is
应该就是我自己。
peak video games.
我没猜错的话，我背上的血渍应该能与地上
My
的血
very
迹拼合起来。
dignified. lying face first flat on the ground.
Yep. It's pretty cute.
这便能证明，案发时我已经晕倒在地上。
I mean, you could have been conscious on the floor at the time of the crime.
而倒在地上的我，是没办法持刀捅人，并留下那样的血迹的。
Well, obviously you laid your coat gently out on the floor while you stabbed him. We can still make this work.
事实的真相是，凶手杀死罗佩后，把刀柄塞到我手中，借机嫁祸给我。
Framing someone for murder impossible.
即便全身被绑，也能冷静地分析。
Yeah, just that good.
Man, you're so cool.
Yeah.
You know, I will say this is a divergence from the Ace Attorney formula.
That
Because
people
nobody
actually
in the
think the
Ace Attorney
protagonist
games
is competent.
thinks you're cool.
Yep.
看来你果然是个侦探。
You really are a detective. You're like Phoenix Wright and Miles Edgeworth wrapped up in
我的嫌
one.
疑终于洗清了吗？
Has it?
屋内就你和罗翁，你不是凶手，难道罗翁是自杀不成？
Killed himself? I mean, maybe. I've seen
我想
weirder.
知道真相，我需要全面的调查一下现场。
Well, I would
Yeah.
say no, just because he would have had to put the knife in his hand to frame him.
That
So
that
no.
would be kind of an obvious.
Yeah.
但我手脚被绑，调查不便，不知张大人
With my
是否
hands
可以
and feet tied. You can't see it on my
Also, what
screen.
happened to our buddy? Where was he all night?
A good question. I'll hold off on accusing him of the murder for now.
No, I mean,
because we
I'm not
probably
accusing
would have
him. I don't
recognized
think.
him.
Yeah. Well, we wouldn't have seen the
We would've-
murderer. We were unconscious the
Yeah,
whole time.
it's like-
But obviously,
We would
like,
have recognized him.
from the game perspective, like,
Yeah.
obviously it's not him. I'm just saying, like,
Obviously
what
it's
was
not him, but
what was our plan? Were we planning to meet up again later that day, or did he just
Maybe.
like would he have noticed that we never came home?
he's just kind of been chilling, I guess.
Yeah, I guess we'll
don't
see
know.
when we
Come
meet
on,
up with him
Watson.
again.
麻捕头，要不我们给他松绑？
大人，万一他……
Like,
大人放心，在查清案子之前，我绝不离开这里。
yeah, it's like, you know, you've seen Ace Attorney solving the crime in 3 days. It's like, no, I'm gonna beat this. We'll solve the crime in 30 minutes.
I'm finally allowed to move around in this room. I need to investigate the crime scene as quick as possible. I can't miss a single detail. Throughout investigations, I will surely encounter many doubts. I should think carefully. Button on the top left corner. Oh, that's... Okay. Is this still locked also?
Yes, the wardrobe's
many
still.
things to
That's
investigate.
important. Like, I'll be a little disappointed if the wardrobe is just like, oh yeah,
I
there's
see
a
something
big,
sticking
huge
out of
thing.
there. There's something
Of
in that
the wardrobe?
wardrobe. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't. Well, maybe
On the
it's just
on the
'cause I'm
left,
not
at the
looking
bottom, there's something sticking out under the door. There's just a guy
Okay.
crying in the middle of the room during this. Yeah. We're gonna
Yeah.
talk to him soon.
Like, I'm very sorry for your loss, sir.
Yeah. Or are we just gonna comment on the fact that, yeah, the books are covered in dust? Yeah. A walnut bedside
A
table.
walnut bedside table. That's gonna be the key to solving
Of
this.
course.
It's a walnut bedside
There
table.
are books and several old newspapers on top. Within the bedside table are art undergarments and such. One of these newspapers carried the news of Lope publishing his novel. The photos on this newspaper.
Wait.
The one on the left is Lope, and The one on the right seems to be the lady we saw last night.
Ah,
According to this, the young lady is Liu Pei-ting, an editor who helped Lo Pei publish his books. I might struggle a
Was
little
she
bit with the
crying
Chinese
because she
pronunciations, but we'll see. Yeah, well, she was... Yeah, what was the deal with her? She clearly knew something.
what's her deal?
The wardrobe slightly... Okay, yeah, we saw that.
Slightly
try
taller
to
than a
pick the
person. You
lock
might
open.
say exactly tall enough to hide a body.
Yeah. You can just pick locks?
Slap side of wardrobe. You can fit so many bodies in this.
I give up.
He cannot pick
If
locks.
only Often was here. He is very skilled in things like this.
Ah, he's
We need our
saint.
boy.
We need our slightly loose moraled friend to help us pick locks and such like.
Lopez's desk is placed in front of the window. When I met him last night, he was bent over his desk writing the entire time. Well, for the 5 minutes we were there.
Yeah, for the 5 minutes before he made us eat those rice cakes.
Let me take a look at what he has on his desk.
Ah. Oh, are we voicing these parts?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. Hey, what do you think you're doing? Quit moving around.
He got a little
Rough
bit
gumshoe
Brooklyn there for a
voice.
second.
Well,
Yeah.
it's
Well,
it's
that would...
like the cultural
Yeah,
translation.
no, it's great.
Like,
It's
they're-
great. I
they're-
love it. I need to examine the desk and see if there are any clues.
Who knows if there are any unpublished manuscripts sitting on the desk?
That's what you're concerned about?
Yes. He's an avid fan. You
Yeah.
can't just go snooping around and touching stuff. What do you think you are, some kind of detective?
Officer Ma, I understand your concerns, but I merely wish to investigate. I'll be careful.
You better be. I'll be keeping a close eye on you from right here. Yeah.
Alright, what have we got? What's down here? Here's a book titled Tales of the Moon Colony. There are several magazines underneath it, all of which are illustrated fiction. A stack of newspapers. Various issues of the Shanghai News have all published Lo Pei's works. Ooh, fact unlocked. I'd be curious to check that out later. A common white glazed candlestick. There is still half a stick of unburned candle on top.
Okay, the timing then of the candle, maybe.
Yeah. A rack with 4 calligraphy brushes hanging on it. Piece of oil paper underneath the rack. And the ink on one of the calligraphy brushes has not dried out yet. So I wonder if this is going to relate to the timing of the murder. Like, would it have happened directly after we were knocked out? Because it seems like there was quite a long time in between. Like, we were out all night.
We were out all night. Yeah, exactly. It's like if they needed to write something before they left. Like, I'm gonna be disappointed if it's just like, oh yeah, there's a hole in the wall that the wardrobe is covering up.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, clearly there was something else that happened after we were knocked out.
Yeah. A stack of books on the table, including The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. He was a huge fan, huh?
Who is that guy? We've never heard of him.
Alright, what's all this?
Probably he was less good of a detective than us.
There is a pile of blank rice papers in the drawer with a paperweight placed on top. Next to the papers are 2 new pens, 3 candles, and a box of matches. There is also a small box. It is an ink cartridge made of tin, holding a half-used ink block. Look outside the window. A frame on the window that would stop a person from climbing in or out. No traces of scaling. What else are we missing? This? A simple square-shaped inkstone. There are several plum blossoms engraved on one side. There is a layer of residual ink on the inkstone that is starting to harden into a gelled state. I was not able to find any useful clues. It seems something is missing from the table.
Well, I mean, obviously, the thing that he was writing is missing.
Yeah. Okay, I'm curious about this stuff now. Detective. Chinese word for detective. Okay. I don't know, do we want to read all these out loud or just kind of scroll through them a little bit?
Inspect and inquire.
Huh.
Cool. Yeah.
That's so cool. It's like, what's it? Oh my gosh. You know. The Thing. Where they go to the
The
moon.
Thing. Yeah, we all know The Thing.
What was the, like, classic science fiction, like... Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's like People on the Moon is one of the earliest sci-fi concepts, which makes some degree of sense. It's like...
Cool. Okay, yeah, that we know. Okay. Let's continue.
So, like, who are you?
Lo Shi Wen. Well, he was calling the guy uncle, but I know in Chinese that's not
Yeah.
necessarily like an actual relation, so we'll see. I don't know. I guess I'll...
Do you want me to voice this?
Sure.
Okay, just one second. Okay. Uncle, now that you're gone, I am truly alone.
I am sorry for your loss. In order to uncover the truth, I need to ask you a few questions.
You're the one who murdered him. There's no need for your crocodile tears.
Wow, you big mad.
Coming in at 100.
Someone murdered your uncle and framed me. I'm sure you would like to find out the truth as much as I do.
Go on and ask then. Just like there is zero middle ground with this person.
Yeah, I know. Well, he's having a time.
He's grieving.
Yeah. Please tell me about the events you encountered this morning.
Every morning, I come by Uncle's place to help him with jobs that he's too busy to deal with. There has to be someone to take care of mundane tasks, like cleaning up and feeding the chickens.
What do you do for a living?
My uncle pays me. I also help him organize his manuscripts sometimes. Well, that was in red text, so I think it's important.
I understand. Please continue recounting what happened this morning.
I came to visit Uncle like usual, but I couldn't hear a sound from the room, which was strange. When I arrived, I saw Yang Er was already here. He said he didn't see my uncle either.
I love that chicken, by the way. Look at its tail bounce.
Look at that chicken.
It's so fluffy. I love it.
Look at that chicken. That chicken's gonna be the key witness to the case.
Yep.
I knocked on the door for quite a while, but no one answered.
This game does have different bad endings. That's interesting. You blame the chickens.
We blame
Wow.
the chicken. Listen. That fluffy tail hides deceit. I have a sensitive nose, so I kept sensing the smell of blood coming from inside the room. I think that's just called smelling.
Also, what is that on the roof? I don't know if
It's
that's
a good
relevant or if that's
question.
just something that people did back in the day, like leave something out on the roof to dry.
It's a
Was
good
that there when we
question. Well,
came yesterday?
I
don't
don't
remember.
remember, and it feels like cheating to just go back in the stream and check. So
I feel like it's probably not relevant, but it's just an interesting detail.
we'll keep it in mind.
Yeah.
I felt like something was terribly wrong, so I told Yang Er to hurry and get someone. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that.
Yeah, it's fine.
When we finally entered the room, I found that my uncle had been murdered. Now, I am gonna say it. Decent suspect.
Yeah.
Go on and ask then.
Within your uncle's interpersonal relationships, have you ever noticed someone suspicious?
Aren't you the most suspicious person? Now this is very Ace Attorney. Have you seen any suspicious people? Yeah, your face.
Yeah.
Very common.
Then let me pose this question differently. Did your uncle hold any grudges against anyone?
My uncle was very friendly, but he held some kind of grudge against Yang Er, the errand runner, that guy who was right outside.
Yeah. I just noticed I like the detail that, what's-his-face is holding her coat now, and the ropes.
Yeah. He's like, I have other things to do, you know?
What kind of grudge?
Yang Er attempted to steal coins from the table during a delivery, but my uncle caught him. Yang Er was seized by the government and got beaten for it,
Yikes.
too. Yeah, as you
There's
do.
some law enforcement at work. When did this occur?
It was about half a month ago, so I'm sure he's still bitter about it.
Do you suspect that Yang Er murdered him out of vengeance?
After all, he's the one who delivers rice cakes to my uncle.
Also, I was going to say that, like, we don't know for sure if he was the one who intended to drug us with the rice cakes, or if someone else had prepared the rice cakes. This seems to imply that it was,
They're new. I'm mostly founding my assertion that the guy we saw was not him, because one, he did have a different outfit, and we haven't seen any signs of where that outfit
The
got
hat is
to.
here. The hat is here.
The hat.
The outfit is in the wardrobe.
Well, yes. It just raises the question: why is the wardrobe locked the way it is?
Well,
Like-
presumably there's something on the outfit that they needed to get rid of.
That
and I
is
guess they just locked
incriminating,
it
yes. But it's
in
like, why
the
did he have a
wardrobe.
lock on the wardrobe before? Does he normally do that?
I don't know. It's a good question.
On his suspiciously person-sized wardrobe? Maybe we open it up and the different guy that we talked to is dead in the wardrobe. And he did kill himself after murdering this other guy. Unrelated to any of this other shit.
Yeah.
But yes, he's the one who delivers rice cakes to his uncle.
Yeah.
Also, when I arrived here this morning, he was already here. I don't know how long he'd been. I am just also saying, this guy, he looks over the manuscripts, which is either going to be important because there's something in a manuscript that he can tell us about, or because it's motive for him to do a murder. Because he's like, he wants in on that manuscript money. He was the real author, and he's like, well, steal credit for my mystery work, I'll make a mystery out of you. Now that I recall, he did have a sort of sneaky look on his face.
It seems that it is necessary to talk about this issue with Yang Er.
Go on and ask then.
Okay, I think we're done with you. Oh, no.
No. We're good. Let's get out of here.
Late. Oh, The rest of the rice
yeah,
cakes
the
are
plate
gone.
with the rice. Rice cakes are
We
gone.
only ate
we
one.
only ate one.
Yeah. There were several pieces of rice cakes on the plate, but now they are all gone.
Oh my god, Santa Claus did it.
Mrs. Lopez's corpse. Should I commence an autopsy now? That's so like.
Yeah, it's that easy.
Yeah. Let's save that for later.
It's that easy.
I can see my reflection in the Western-style mirror. Will I be able to clear my name?
When will my reflection show who I am inside? I can't believe Lord would allow you to join in on investigations. Schwing. Don't even try to play any tricks. I'm watching your every move.
Rest assured, officer. I will uncover the actual murderer.
You better! Keep in mind, don't mess up the crime scene with your incompetence. Yeah, like doing an autopsy on the middle of the floor.
Yeah. All right.
You don't need any specialized tools to do an autopsy, right?
In order to find out the truth, I would like Officer Ma to answer a few of my questions.
Go on then, ask away. Even if you're talking about me in the third person for some reason.
Events before I awoke. Officer Ma, were there any other people present when you arrived on scene? What happened?
Why are you asking so much? Are you trying to say I didn't protect the crime scene? Let me give you the fact. Everything is exactly the way it was when we arrived. Everything you say, that's gonna get a contradiction. No one's allowed to mess with the crime scene under my watch.
You misunderstand me, Officer Ma. I just wanted to know what happenings occurred before I awoke.
When we got here, Lo Shiwen was shaking the door, saying he smelled blood coming from inside.
So what is that package sitting out there?
Yeah, weird package. I was worried about Master Lo, so I went up to the door and kicked it right open. After that, well, you know what happened after.
What's our judge guy reading back there?
The manuscript is like, well, he's dead. I gotta read what I can.
Yep. I suppose no one could have come in or gone out during that period.
Obviously, I've got a soldier standing guard outside the courtyard. We searched the entire premises, but we didn't find others, during which no one left either. That's because the murderer is still here, in that wardrobe. He was just gonna wait it out.
Yep.
That's why the murderer is definitely you. Who else could it be, huh?
I understand. Once I complete my investigations, I will explain everything to you, Officer Ma.
I love how he's like, I'll clue you in when I'm done.
Yep. Officer Ma, it seems you admired the victim.
Well, of course. Master Lo was a great novelist. Everybody respects him.
Does Lo Pei have any relatives?
People who stand to gain. His wife died young and they had no children. He's got a good-for-nothing nephew, though.
Rude.
He's right there, my guy. Over there, the one who won't quit sobbing.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right. I'm talking to you, buddy. Okay, so see, nephew has motive. I'm also gonna note nephew's whole I have a sensitive nose, I totally smelled the blood could
yeah, it's because
easily
he
be
knew that there was blood.
I need the witnesses to see that the door was locked.
Yeah.
That obviously means he wasn't waiting in the wardrobe, but... Stop crying already! I'm sick of that awful noise. It was only your uncle. He only just got murdered. Like, get over it. It was 5 minutes ago. All right. Go on then. Go away.
All right. Book box. The wooden box is filled with books that Lope published. Ghost in the Well, Bells and Bones, Mysterious Echo, The Confined Room Mystery.
See, it's not a locked room mystery, so it's different.
Unfortunately, this copy of The Confined Room Mystery is not the original manuscript.
Not the original. It's good. You like the Confined Room Mystery too?
The reason why I came to visit Lope was to speak with him about this book.
About this book? You got good taste. The death scenes in the Confined Room Mystery were absolutely stunning. He's educated. He loves literature.
Yep. Officer Ma, do you know where the inspiration of this book comes from?
Oh my god, was it ripped from the headlines? Was it your friend? Ain't got a clue, but Master Lo was an extraordinary fella. Anything could have inspired him. But if we're talking about good storytelling, it's gotta be the swordsman case. It's a real dang shame we'll never get to read the next volume.
Well, look around. The manuscript might be lying here somewhere.
Yeah, the nephew stole the manuscript.
Forgot Officer Ma was a fanboy, yeah.
It's the Steel Samurai all over again.
Judge Chang, did you notice anything out of the ordinary when you arrived? Well, I was not aware of anything unusual. Lo Shi-wen shook the door, Officer Ma kicked it open, and we found you and Lope covered in blood. I suppose no one suspicious was discovered during that process.
Well, we haven't opened this big suspicious wardrobe, but I don't think it's important.
Well, none at all. What kind of person was Lope? Lope gained great fame when his book Chamber of Doubts was serialized in the Shanghai News. As the first celebrity to come from this town in decades, naturally he was loved by all. This town was originally named Jingxi Town. To comply with popular will, we renamed it Pero Town. What? Alright, I understand now.
We just nod seriously. I understand now.
Wait, is he... Okay, do we want to do the autopsy before we go outside? Let's try that.
The autopsy. Just do an autopsy.
Yeah, just casually.
I think it's probably not going to be surgery. I think he's probably just going to examine the body.
He's just going to be just going to take a look.
Just pulls out a scalpel and starts stabbing.
External autopsy. Oh, wait, hang on. I didn't read that.
Body. Helpful.
Well, he has blood on his mouth.
There's blood from
Maybe
his
that's
lips.
relevant.
Well, I mean, I guess pierced lungs, actually. That's actually kind of normal.
That's pretty funny,
Yeah, his mustache. This isn't even him.
His mustache is crooked.
This is some other guy.
Upon further inspection, there is a glue on the underside. Well, how do we know that the original guy didn't have a fake mustache?
Well, I think they both had a fake mustache. I think he took the mustache off.
Yeah.
We know the guy we met looks like a Teaboo because he's dressed like Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
So the mustache shape looks Western. He's a Teaboo. He's cosplaying. And so the guy took it off to pretend to be him. And he's like, yeah, I didn't lock this guy in the wardrobe. Don't ask questions. Eat this rice cake.
The mustache shape looks Western, not Han Chinese. Apparently, the deceased is wearing a fake mustache.
Fake mustache. Fake mustache.
Interesting.
External autopsy, see? No, sir. Collar.
There is white powder on the collar of the deceased. I assumed
Like
that
a
was just like an
rice
art
cake?
thing, but yeah, I guess
Like
it's a
a
rice cake.
rice cake?
Feels like something made from glutinous rice. These are crumbs from the rice cake. It seems that Lo Pei had eaten a rice cake before he died.
So he got knocked out, stuffed in the wardrobe, and then we showed up, and the guy's like, shit, I gotta be him. Puts on the fake mustache, drugs us, and is like, well, I was gonna kill him anyway.
That picture with the crooked mustache.
He's never gonna win a cosplay competition with that.
Hair have anything? A faint fragrance can be smelled from the hair of the deceased.
I like the image of him just like
Sniffing the hair.
sniffing his hair.
Yeah. The scent
Pulling
isn't
the
from
braid up
flowers,
to his nose.
incense, or cologne. It seems to resemble a scent similar to camphor wood.
Cool. So do we know what camphor wood is?
No.
I've definitely heard
Would it
the
have
word
been like
before, but I'm not
burning
making...
it, maybe?
I mean,
Or-
maybe the wardrobe is
Well, then
made
they would
of
have.
it.
Yeah. That's yeah.
I told you,
That
the
seems
fact
likely.
that the nightstand is made of walnut is important. It's because he knows.
His chest is stained with blood. Among the 3 evident stab wounds, 2 were fatal. Only takes one. The wound is small and deep. The shape of the wound is consistent with the blood-stained dagger. The locations of the 3 stab wounds are irregular and in different directions as well. So I think they stabbed him again when they took him out. I think you're definitely right that he was in the wardrobe and he was already dead, and they just did another stab afterwards to get all of the blood spatter. There were no no abnormalities found on the limbs of the deceased. No hesitation wounds or defense wounds are present on any part of his body. That is quite peculiar. Ah, that's interesting. I do want to see that. The deceased is in his undergarments and his coat is gone. I have searched the entire room for it, but it is nowhere to be found. If this room is a locked room, how could the coat disappear into thin air? Oh. There we go. I have completed investigations on the corpse. I need to reconsider relative clouds of doubt. Wait, I want to examine the front door. Was that... Is the red on the door, whatever you would call it, the thing that the latch goes in, is that just an art thing, or is there like blood on it? I feel like it's... I don't understand how there would be blood on it, so I'm assuming it's just an art thing, but that does look very suspicious.
I mean, it could be a messy stab thing. Hang on, I got ghost disconnected midway through the autopsy. What'd I miss?
Depends what part of the autopsy. What did we find? So I know you were there for the
You were
wood
hovering
on
over the chest wound.
Yeah, so they said that there were multiple stab wounds, like in different
Okay.
directions. There were 3 stab wounds. 2 of them were fatal. So I'm thinking that the guy was already stabbed and shoved in the wardrobe, and then he was stabbed again later to get the blood spatter.
It's the classic stab the body after they're dead to frame somebody up.
Yeah.
Also, possibly the other 2 stab wounds were made with a different knife, and it could have been incriminating.
I think they said that it was, that they were consistent with the shape of the knife?
Okay. They could be consistent with the shape of the knife, but I'm just gonna like throw out, if this was like, oh, this is the nephew's knife or something. He's like, he grabs a knife that is similarly shaped.
Yeah, it could be.
So it could be, but yes, at the very least, it's like clearly there was some degree of, we want to make this look like he was murdered right here, right now. So we stab the corpse. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I was, what's the phrase? I was curious if there would be any, like, oh, there are definitely, like, rope bruises on... What's a hesitation wound?
Well, that.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So that's we're checking on suicide as a possibility.
Yeah.
And then defensive wounds. That's actually cool. They don't really have that in Ace Attorney as a thing.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really talk about those as possible indicators of a fight.
Yeah. Interesting.
I am currently reading them as art, as just being like, these are the bolts, because it's like it's at the top and bottom of each thing. So I think they might just be nailed.
And yeah, it is really cool to have that extra like bit of knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I am going to note that Shen is very consistently noting the woods.
Yeah, that is true.
Pine wood. He just knows this by sight.
Yeah, that is actually kind of funny when you put it that way. I guess he's a detective. It's his job to notice the details about things, but we have not encountered any camphor wood yet. Look, maybe if we look at the wardrobe again, we can
inside the wardrobe. So we'll know this only could have been inside the wardrobe.
The broken latch still hangs on the door, exposing the brown lines within.
He's just a woodworker at heart. He's like, I love tree lines.
Also, the way that Officer Ma had described entering the room made it sound like it was pretty easy to kick open. So that's also like slightly suspicious.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it was sealed particularly tight. It's just enough to be like, yes, this is definitely
it's possible that like the latch was already broken, is my point.
Karate kick.
Officer Ma, did you say you broke this door latch with your kick? Is he going to point out that this is like a really hard wood that would have been hard to break like that?
He's like, this actually, listen, I'm kind of a super strong kicker, so actually...
I have a headcanon on why he knows wood types, and that his assistant really likes wood and can't stop yapping about it. Well, I guess we haven't gotten to know the assistant very well yet. We'll see how much he likes wood.
Met him, but...
Because so far it just seems like Shen is a big nerd about it.
He's just a nerd, but we'll see. Maybe we meet him and the first thing he says is like, what kind of woods was that cottage made of? We're like, oh yeah, it's the assistant.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's you.
When I got here, that Lo Shi Wen was shaking the door with all his might. What good would that do when the door's locked from the inside?
Well, maybe he was just pretending.
How did he know the door was locked from the... I don't think that's necessarily actually proof of anything. Never mind. I got anxious, so I went up and BAM! Kicked the door right open.
Yeah, you make it sound so easy.
Front door. Made of pine wood.
Yep. I guess let's just exit.
Just make a break for it.
先生，可算等到你了。我听说屋里发生了命案。
I didn't notice his braid before. Yeah, the glasses are pretty obvious, but I did not see the braid. It's interesting.
So many
Katie Bat is very excited.
Very.
I'm glad you like this guy. Yeah, you heard that there's a murder indeed.
大人有令，凶案现场不许喧哗。
Specific orders, no shouting. Yelling is
你看
fine.
起来脸色很差，
Shouting, no.
不要紧吧？
我没事，不过在查明真相之前，怕是得滞留在这里了。
找到凶手了吗？最大嫌疑人是谁？
Well, right now the only suspect is me.
是我。
Dramatic.
原来凶手就是先生自己。
He's
like,
too excited about
finally.
that.
我来帮忙。
哎，大人有令，闲杂人等
Random people.
兵老爷，我可不是什么闲杂人等。
I'm not a random person. I have a character
大
design.
人守住此门，反正你不得入内。
军爷，张大人让你守住院门，是为了拦住那些与查案无关的人，对吧？
这是不假。
若是与案子有关的人，理应让他进来，这样才不。
Oh, sorry.
倒也对。
兵老爷，沈先生不幸成为此案的嫌疑人，正殚精竭虑地调查真相，给自己洗清冤屈。
So dramatic.
而我是他的助手，那你说我是不是与查案有关？
Yeah, if he's going down for murder, I'm going down for
Yeah.
murder. That's how it works.
兵老爷果然是明白人。
你
Like, why are you talking
帮凶
about me in the third person? Yeah.
帮凶与查案也有关。你进来吧，接受调查。
Hey, Koki, welcome to the stream. We're being accused of murder, as is customary in an Ace Attorney game.
As you do.
不能耽误了查案。
We're trying to get them to let our assistant in so that he can help us.
Yeah, so obviously
his
we get
relative.
the assistant accused of murder.
Yeah.
A perfect crime.
大致情况就是这样。唉，这就是你对案子的评价？
哪里？我只是在感慨自己成为帮凶这件事。
Also, those are some like really nicely rendered cabbages back there. Look at those, so beautiful.
Yeah, you know, it's just they're not going to be
Nung
caught
让你进来
with
不错。
bad cabbage again.
赶紧
Not
帮我查
after
现
the
场。
anime incident.
好嘞。
Truly,
Is
this
he
is
just gonna
a
follow
guy.
us now? Lovely. So if we go, I guess we can go back there and get his
We
commentary
can go
too.
back, but we probably do want to interview the other guy. Like, I feel
yeah.
like the wardrobe.
Yeah, no, there's definitely more stuff to look at over there.
张知县，马捕头，这位是阿福，是我的助手。希望二
Ah,
能让你查案已经是破例了，就弄来个什么助手，简直是得寸进尺。
He does have
阿
a
福擅长
point.
痕迹比对和一些机关技巧，一定会对查案有帮助。
oh, he's our tech guy.
He's our CSI guy. We've
Yeah.
already done
那
two
叫何
CSIs
志
with
学
that. Ah, he's the MS guy. I see now.
Yep.
马捕头，用人不疑嘛。既然已经让沈先生查案了，
We
就按
already
他的
let
习
this
惯
guy tamper with
Yeah.
you, so we might as well go all the way.
Yep.
多谢知县大人。
要是查不出真相，再加一条妨害公务之罪，治你二人。
This guy just goes back to reading. Where do we want to investigate first? Yes.
I feel like the wardrobe is gonna be like a big plot thing, so maybe save it for last.
Yeah.
You're all over the place. You're not messing with the crime scene, are you?
Rest assured, Officer Ma, I am a professional in that aspect.
Now, who's gonna be messing with the crime scene?
Yeah. In order to find out the truth, I would like Officer Ma to answer a few... Okay, yeah, now we're just back to that.
Yeah, I think this is... yeah, we've been here.
So I don't think we're gonna get new dialogue. Oh, can we?
Should I do Wafu?
Yeah, I think
Since they're probably gonna be talking a lot. Jen, this is a Western-style mirror. It seems somewhat out of place. Yeah, this is... Oh, is he voicing all of the things that were just inner thoughts now?
Yeah, I think so. He just has the same thoughts as we... We're same brain.
Literally, Shen's inner monologue is a foo. That's incredible. Okay, guys.
They're in sync.
They're so in sync.
Therefore...
This is a little new. It seems that there are no clues here.
Oh, hello. There's a paw.
Aww.
What is this paw doing here?
Murder.
And now I have a fluffy armrest. Hello, fluffy armrest. Alright. Just please do not go in front of the camera. I need that. And please do not rub against my monitor either. I need that too. You are very cute. Okay, fine. Cat pet break. You're so cute and fluffy.
Cute and fluffy. Just like that chicken.
Yep.
We're definitely gonna frame for murder.
Yep. Alright. No. Okay, I see Afu doesn't have anything to say about that.
Yeah. I was promised wood nerdery.
What is this package? Oh, it's the rice cakes!
Rice cakes!
For anyone who came in recently, the rice cakes were drugged.
Hey, Jen, what is this?
Hey! Cat is now going after my chargers. These rice cakes are a local delicacy. I ate a piece last night. Do not!
Why did you pause, Shen? How did you feel after you ate a piece last night?
I did not feel much. I ate a piece last night and lost consciousness right after. Gross. Seeing your reaction, this bundle of rice cakes probably is not laced with knockout drugs. He's a hungry Apu. Yeah. Oh boy. True Maya Fey energy right there. I guess I'll be this guy. Mr. Official, when could I go? I still have some steamed buns to deliver this morning. Excuse me, who may you be? My name is Yang I run errands on the daily. I was the one who called the officials today. May I ask you about the case? The case? Of course. Everyone around knows that I'm warm-hearted, considerate, helpful, friendly. Just tell me about what happened this morning.
I'm gonna note, he looks different enough from the victim, and he's already got a mustache. I don't think he would have disguised himself as the victim. I think we'd recognize him.
Master Lo loves rice cakes. Every morning, Master Lo will ask me to deliver a bundle. As I specialize in errand running, my service is 100% impeccable. Everyone around knows. Just tell me what you saw when you arrived at Lo Pei's courtyard. Usually, Master Lo is already out of bed and exercising in the courtyard, waiting for me. This morning, when I came to deliver the rice cakes as usual, I didn't see Lo Pei anywhere. I thought he probably overslept, so I hollered for him, but there was no response. I saw the gates were open, so I went inside the courtyard and put the rice cakes on the table. Then somebody called out to me. It was Master Lo's nephew, Lo Shiwen. So he went over to knock on the door.
Lo Shiwen has a family resemblance.
Yeah, but there was still no response at all. Lo Shiwen smelled blood and asked me to call officials.
With his sensitive nose.
Yeah. I was so scared, I ran all the way to the government office and got Officer Ma. Officer Ma and Lo Shiwen kicked open the door together while I waited outside.
Together?
Yeah, that's news.
Well, that's new information.
You mean to say that you never entered Lo Pei's house? After hearing someone died in there, my legs were scared stiff. How could I dare to go in? I was planning to leave, but a soldier came and blocked the gate, so I got stranded here. I understand now, thank you. Is there anything else you want to ask? Yep. How much do you know about Lo Pei? Master Lo is a celebrity, and I'm just an errand runner. Since Officer Ma is familiar with Master Lo, why don't you go and ask Officer Ma about this? Oh, what do you mean by that? I caught sight of Master Lo and Officer Ma meeting in private several times, though. Are they close friends with one another?
I mean, he's probably asking for secret intel.
There was one time when they got into a fight, and Officer Ma even unsheathed his blade. Wow.
I don't buy it. I think it's fanboy things. He's like the swordsman, the detective swordsman should do like this. Swing.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's giving him tips. What were they arguing about?
Are you eating something? What have you got there? Like talking to a dog. What have you got? Drop it! I didn't have the guts to eavesdrop. Officer Ma was already fuming. I need to confirm the dispute with Officer Ma. The rice cakes Lo Pei eats are always delivered by you, is that correct? Sure, I deliver them every day. Everyone around knows that I do my job seriously. I passed out after eating a rice cake last night. Apparently it was laced with knockout drugs. What?
The word sedatives does not exist.
It wasn't me. I didn't do that. Don't be ridiculous. I have nothing against Lo Pei, and never even met you before. Why would I do that? Did the rice cakes you delivered to Lo Pei ever pass through the hands of someone else?
Like the nephew?
Impossible. If something is handed to me, there's no way I'd give it to someone else. But I heard he loves rice cakes.
Unless
He'd never turn them
was
down.
Disguised as him?
Maybe it was a gift from a reader. He did say something about the rice cakes. Did he say? I think he might have said that they were a gift from someone.
Yeah, he said like they're from America. They're not from America, but they were from somewhere. They're delicacies from somewhere.
Yeah. Do you know of anyone who gifted him rice cakes? Not a clue. How about you let me go and ask Mr. Cow? Everyone around here knows that I'm... No, thank you. Yang I heard you once had a grudge with Lo Pei. Is that true? No way! How could I ever have the guts to hold a grudge against Master Lo? Lo Pei noticed you stealing his money and you were beaten at the court for it. Am I wrong?
The casual, no, I don't hold a grudge over that. It's like, yeah, that's a...
That was a misunderstanding. How could that even count as a grudge?
Why would I hold a grudge for that?
I saw silver coins on the floor, so I wanted to pick them up and return them to him. And that asshole thought that you were trying to frame him for a crime and then got you beaten up. How terrible. Of course you would want him dead. Makes sense.
Yeah.
That's all in the past. If Mr. Shen hadn't reminded me, I would have forgotten about it already.
That was only half a month ago. You're forgetting so soon? Could it be that you felt wronged by Lope, then decided to kill him out of vengeance? See, Afu is you right now.
That's a wrongful accusation. I don't even have the guts to kill a chicken, let alone a person.
I mean, how could you kill a chicken? Their tails are so fluffy.
Yeah. When you arrived on the scene this morning, were there any other people around? No, no one. But Lo Shiwen arrived pretty much right after.
It always comes back to Lo Shiwen.
Yep. I've already told you everything about my morning in detail. Do you need me to repeat myself? No, we're good.
This is the tutorial level, so yes.
Okay. Chickens!
Chickens. Look, Shen, there are 2 free-range chickens here.
I'm sure, 2 chickens. Do you think they are involved in this case?
I heard that the free-range chickens in this area have delicious meat because they walk so much.
Don't eat the chickens. Okay,
It's just like,
not
no.
allowed to go anywhere.
Alright, so we talk to Ma. We break open that wardrobe.
Do we have anything else to talk about with him? Well, I was not aware of anything unusual. Lo Shiwen shook the door, Officer Ma kicked it open, and we found you and Lo Pei covered in blood. I suppose no one suspicious was discovered during that process. Well, none at all. What kind of person was Lo Pei? Lo Pei gained great fame when his book of Chamber of Death. Oh yeah. Okay. No, we heard
Yeah.
that. Yeah, we heard that.
I will say,
Yeah.
I think we were...
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we need to do anything else, or should we just talk to the guy?
Well,
Suspicious wardrobe. Afu, this wardrobe is locked. Do you think you could find a way to open it? Oh yeah, that's right. We wanted to have him pick the lock.
ding! No problem. This kind of bolt pin spring lock is a piece of cake.
I will leave it to you then.
What you doing touching that wardrobe for, you punk? I thought I told you not to mess with the crime scene.
Officer Ma, this wardrobe is one of the few remaining blind spots. If this leads to an error in the investigation, surely no one would want to see that outcome. Of course, due diligence is crucial to this case.
You better be careful when you're opening that. Don't worry, Mr. Officer. I'm an expert on locks.
Ah.
Ooh.
Wait.
I mean, this is
Wait.
a really basic, yeah.
Oh, okay. Wait, what?
Yeah, you just keep...
Wait, just...
Looks like you just click them all. Click. Click.
What?
Do we miss something? Timing?
I think there's 3 specific ones that you need to get, probably.
Okay.
Maybe. Huh. Oh, you need to get a specific order, I guess. Okay, yeah.
Do we have the order?
Well, the first 2 worked, so probably it's this.
Is that one? Okay, there we go. Ding! Aha! I did it!
Is that a plank of camphor wood in there?
Plank of camphor wood. The murder weapon. Look, Shen, it looks like someone hid inside this wardrobe before. Thank you, Afu.
Partition board removed, clothes piled. Enough space for one to hide.
Could it be that the murderer once hid inside this wardrobe?
There is no rush to jump to conclusions.
Come
Let
on,
us
Effie,
first
that would
examine
be
the scene
stupid.
carefully.
Obviously, the body hid inside this wardrobe.
Okay, what's this plank?
Camphor wood. These are all clean clothes. They're now piled up on one side.
I wasn't looking at the clothes. These clothes are compressed. The board couldn't compress clothes alone. What is this? Tied up fits.
Then, there's a strip of cloth over here. Could this be a clue?
Take it out for further examination.
All right. Shen, it's a bunched up strip of cloth. It was probably used as a ribbon to tie up quilts. Is that blood on it?
Doesn't look like blood to me. Looks like maybe a scrap of something.
Well, I mean, like, on the top layer. This ribbon is dirty in the middle. It seems to be smudged with dust.
This quilt has traces of binding, so the ribbon most likely was removed from here.
Why would someone remove the ribbon from a bundled quilt and stuff it inside the clothes?
Good question. Indeed, it is quite peculiar. We need to record this situation.
It was removed and stuffed because it was used to tie him up. Shen, what is that black spot?
A wood chip.
A camphor wood chip? All the clothes are clean. I guess a piece broke off from the partition board and landed there.
No, the color and texture of this wood chip differs from that of the partition board.
I'm knowledgeable in wood. Let me take a look. There we go, yeah.
It was him.
The wood special interest. It really is different. Let me smell it as well. See, if a poo smelled blood, I would believe that. Without a doubt. It's not the same material as the partition board.
Explain your deduction.
Well, I smelled it and it's different. Camphor wood wardrobes can repel insects and leave a lasting fragrance on clothes stored within. However, this chip has no fragrance. It's brownish and hard. It seems more like pine wood.
Pine wood, you say?
Okay. So yeah, hang on. The order of operations there, because the only pine wood we've seen is the latch and the door.
Yeah.
And at least according to the break-in, like the alleged sequence of events is they broke the door open and the lock was still locked beforehand. But I think what this is proving is that actually the wardrobe was opened after Officer Ma and everybody got inside. Lo Xingwen,
Well, that's assuming it wasn't already broken.
Well, assuming it wasn't already broken, yes. I'm there could be possibilities, but I'm saying, what if the wardrobe was not locked and when everybody came in? Lo Xingwen used the chaos of we were found with the body, they were arresting us, to stash incriminating evidence in here, but he had a piece of the wood chip on him and it dropped off.
Yeah.
We're getting so close. It's always the nephew.
Or it could be that, like, maybe that ribbon was somehow used to set up the latch somehow.
Yeah, it could be.
And that's how it got...
Actually,
but I don't know.
Set up the latch after he leaves. Yeah, no, it's a classic. You pull through. The big thing would be, how did the ribbon get back inside there? I think.
Yeah, because, like, he would have had to stash it after they got in.
Yeah.
Which, like, I don't think Officer Ma is that oblivious, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Well, I mean, there was chaos. They were arresting us. He's just kind of there and crying. So he might have been able to sneak off and do that.
Why would a pine wood chip appear in a wardrobe made of camphor wood? Worth noting. We need to keep an eye out for objects made from pine wood in this house. We've already found them.
Yeah. Understood. He's definitely given a little salute here. Alright.
Let's see what
Let's
else we want to
see.
look
What
at. We can
other
take a look
thing?
at this. Oh, it actually doesn't let me click on things that are not. Do you want to look at things outside the wardrobe? Like the... No, I guess not.
The nightstand.
A ribbon used to tie quilts, smudged with dust in the middle. Smudged with dust.
Yeah. It definitely could be a, like... You could probably get a latch latched if you had it, like, tied around and you pulled it up and down and whatever.
There's like some kind of smudge there. This seems quite odd.
Shen, have you noticed something unusual?
Look closely at the bottom of the wardrobe. The left side with clothes has collected dust. Yet the empty space to the right is unusually clean, as if it had just been wiped. That's not what I was trying to point out, but that works
Yeah,
too.
it works. Then it seems like someone cleaned this place.
I don't know if they would have, like, purposely cleaned it, but...
Yeah, I think it's more that there was a
There was
body
something,
shoved
yeah.
in, and when you pull it out, they get super dusty. We did it.
Okay, we did want to talk
We do still have to talk to Ma about his motive. You're all over the place. You're not messing with a crime scene, are you? Alright.
Alright. Officer Ma, I heard you once had a dispute with Lope. Could you... He's offended by that, yeah.
The audacity! How dare you suspect me? You know who says that? Murderers.
Yep. I have yet to confirm a suspect now. I also believe that Officer Ma has nothing to hide.
Is it just like a occasional third person thing? Is that just a standard?
I think that's a thing
bet you
in
heard-
Chinese media. I think it's probably
makes
just an
sense.
artifact of the translation.
Yeah. I bet you heard this rumor from Yangtze, didn't you? Master Lo enjoyed drinking with me and talking about my past cases, you know, for source material. But Master Lo is always listening to me. He rarely talks about himself, so I got to asking.
I've only known Apu for 2 seconds, but if anything happened to him, I would end everyone and then myself. Yeah, he's
The best
he's
way
the,
to get
the
people to
dorky
sympathize with a character. Special interest.
kind.
Only then did I know how hard it was to write stuff and what he had to deal with from his fame.
Yeah, there's a couple of odd quirks with the translation, but otherwise it's pretty decent. Yeah, from what I've seen so far, and what I saw, like, on the site of the, you know, news articles and whatnot, everything seems to be pretty good English. So, I don't expect issues with it.
I was drunk and riled up, drawing out my sword to ask the gods why they'd make Master Lo suffer.
Wow, that's so dramatic. Holy shit.
Everyone is 100%.
Yeah, it's just like, how dare you, God? How could you do this?
He was born to put all of his talent to writing books. Young Air saw us when he came to deliver something, but I didn't know he would do me dirty like that. Me? Have a fight with Master Lo? Baloney! Alright.
Alright,
did it.
Let's check our stuff. I did not find any hesitation wounds on Lo Pei. That is very unusual for a suicide case. There are no injuries caused by a fight or a fall. It is also quite unusual for a homicide case.
Unless he was drugged.
Yeah. Perhaps this can explain why there aren't any defense wounds present.
The rice cake.
The reason why there weren't any defense wounds was because Lope ate the rice cakes that contained knockout drugs, the same ones I ate. That, I think, is... supports your theory that they're different people. Because the guy in question would have known that they were drugged. Because he literally saw me eat them and fall over.
Yeah. He orchestrated this.
He was in a state of unconsciousness when he was murdered. There must have been another person in the room at that time. That person is the murderer. Who could it have been? How were they able to leave the locked room?
Yeah, so that would... the latch.
No, he was murdered.
Because, like, there are a lot of ways you could just, like, slide a piece of wood up. Yeah, the disappearing coat. The coat is missing.
I hung the door latch. Lope and I were the only ones inside until Officer Ma broke in. The only way to enter or exit the room is by going through the wooden front door.
I'm gonna note. I think that Lo Shinwei was trying to frame us from the start. He knew that we had an appointment with Lope. We were late because of the steamboat. So that's something that, like, he was there waiting up for us. Because he needed somebody to be in the room to take the fall and to get everything set up.
Right.
I think.
Yeah. How did the murderer leave the scene without removing the door latch? Or perhaps the other way. How did the murderer latch the door
latch it from the outside? Yeah, with the sash. So I think that the thing had to be... the wardrobe had to be open when everybody came in. That's what I think.
I think I'm still... I still think that he broke the latch beforehand. And the wood chip got in there at some point then.
We'll find out.
When I questioned him about the quarrel, Yang seemed somewhat flustered. Furthermore, he had a chance to tamper with the rice cakes. Maybe Yang did kill him out of revenge.
Out of revenge. For that silly beating.
Officer Ma tried to make light of the situation during our discussion. However, my intuition tells me that his connection with Lope is not as simple as he depicts.
And why is this wood chip worth investigating? How is it connected to the case? Isn't it common for something dirty to stick onto clothes?
Oh, I think we need to go investigate the door again.
Yeah.
We need to put the puzzle pieces together.
Yeah.
The wood chip appears between two piles of clean clothes. Also, it is made of a different wood.
Doesn't think it's weird. Because he's like, I have 7 different wood chips in my clothes at all times.
That's the reason why I'm so interested. Its relevance to the case depends on where it came from.
Perhaps the wood chip came from this place.
Ooh.
Shen! This wood chip fell from the door latch. The material and texture is a perfect match with the door latch's fracture.
Well done. This may just be the key to unlocking the truth. Unlatching the truth, you might say.
Yeah! But very strange. How could a wood chip from the fracture of a door latch appear in a wardrobe?
As the case gradually becomes clearer, the answer will come to light. Nothing useful on the desk. However, I felt something was unusual about it. It seems like something is missing. What could it be? The fact that the coat of the deceased is missing is particularly odd. Assuming Ma was honest, before they arrived on scene, the room was locked with no way in or out. Then, this coat must definitely still be inside this room. I should talk with Lope's relative. I need to obtain more information on the coat.
Like, I've already forgotten his name.
Okay.
This ribbon is dirty in the middle. It must have been used in some way to leave such a smudge. Shen, do you think the murderer took the ribbon to bind you or Lope?
I don't think they would have had a reason to. That's a reasonable guess. However, there are no rope marks present on both Lope and me.
Oh, I see.
Then again, this ribbon, I can't help but feel like I have seen it before.
Seen this ribbon before? Where?
Where was it?
Genuinely, where was it?
I remember now. When I arrived last night, I saw cloth strips hanging from the ceiling. Yeah, there they
Classic
are.
locked
I
room
completely
mystery.
did not remember that. Huh.
Classic confined room mystery.
Yeah, they would have been used for the latch, I guess. I don't know. Or
Flip the
something
latch
else. I
into
don't know.
place.
Actually, what is it
Probably
hanging
from the
from?
window.
What is it
Yeah,
hanging
it looks
from?
like it's hanging from
something
the
on the
ceiling.
Yeah. I wonder if someone could have used the ceiling or some like the what's it? Hid in the rafters or something to commit the murder? I don't know.
I don't think hiding in the rafters. I think that whatever this is a convoluted, like, all you need to do is to be outside the house and get the wooden plank above the latch so it can slide in. That's all you need to do to fake a locked room. Could it be that Lope was strangled to death before he was stabbed? Look, Afu is mechanically minded. He is not an autopsy person.
No, then there would be strangulation marks around the corpse's neck. Okay, so we need to... I guess we don't need to inspect the door again. We already figured that out, but we want to talk to this guy again.
You. Go on and ask then.
Your uncle's attire, coat, deerstalker, and false mustache, was quite unusual.
The hat and the mustache were all characteristics of his novelist identity. He purposefully dressed himself up this way to become famous. That's all you need to become famous.
So that ill-fitting strange coat was also one of his characteristics? Wow, just roasting this guy's fashion sense.
Yeah! That sucks, and I can't imagine a single detective who'd want to dress like that.
Yeah.
Strange coat? You mean that western wind coat he wore all the time?
Precisely. The wind coat made of silk.
So, like, is he literally just holding the manuscript that was stolen from the desk?
Maybe.
Is like,
I guess he didn't have a chance to hide it.
Yeah. That tailor-made coat was one of my uncle's characteristics. He spent a lot to hire the best tailor and use the best fabric for the coat, but it turned out... He's also roasting his...
They hate this coat so
Everybody
much.
hates his fashion.
The fact that this wind coat is not present at the crime scene is what caught my attention.
So you're saying that my uncle's coat disappeared into thin air, and I'm just gonna say that is an Ace Attorney murderer face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perhaps the murderer took it with them.
The way you said it, Mr. Shen, sounds as if it were a plot from a novel.
Oh, am I covering it?
Or some kind of... Perhaps a novel with some sort of visual components and interactive elements?
Actually, you know what? Maybe we should switch, because I'm bigger. I could go on this side.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Oops.
Just moving over here.
Go on this side.
Hello.
And I'll be
There we go.
Over there.
Sounds as if it were plot from some kind of visual novel.
All right.
All right.
All right.
So we found out the coat was missing. Disappearing
Yeah, we
coat.
didn't really find out anything more about it.
Well, maybe we click through this and he's like, I've got all the
we can-
pieces. It's
we
time
can
to talk to
think
the
about it.
judge.
Might
Yeah.
have to go, but I'm definitely checking out the rest of the stream later. Well, thank you for coming. I'm glad
hope
you
you had
enjoyed
fun.
this game, and now I'm excited to see the rest of it. We'll, I guess,
Yeah.
see what happens. Though, to be honest, it
Yeah.
is getting a little bit late, so I probably won't be streaming too much longer today. But
Yeah, if
We'll
we're
see.
if we're at the end of the case, like
yeah, I don't
We're
think
near-
I don't think we're near the end, but I don't know how much longer we have
be.
until a good stopping point. According to Lo Shiwen, this coat was tailor-made for Lo Pei. The coat was one of the characteristics of Lo Pei's novelist identity. He always wore it. Have fun with the game and my man, Afu. Yeah, thank you. I'll see you later then. Something of such importance ought to be left at the scene. However, it is no longer in this room. I was convinced it was going to be in that wardrobe. The murderer is the only person who has left this room. He must have taken the coat with him. The murderer must have had reason to do so.
maybe it got covered in blood. Oh, we can check the bedside
先
table.
生，
I think we
你已经
triggered
里里
something.
外外看了几遍了，也
All
该
right.
跟张大人说说你的
Oh.
推理了吧？
I guess we're in the end game now.
要是推不出来，也别浪费时间了，带上镣铐，乖乖跟本部回衙门吧。
Just let me arrest you, man.
推理？现在？
You don't have to do it.
先生，怎么办？我们还有很多疑团尚未解开。
院子里能调查的地方，我们都已经查过了。即便真
We'll
相尚未
just
完
have
全
to
明
do
朗，
that Ace Attorney
也
Classic
必
and
须
wing
与
it.
张知县聊一聊了。
Push forward with blind confidence.
张大人，我想我们可以聊一聊这个案子了。
So I'm just wondering if we should try to just do this today, or should we cut here and leave it for next time? I would be fine with going for a while longer, but I don't know if we're about to start up a whole long segment.
So it does depend on, like, I think if it shifts to, like, a different setting, like with Ace Attorney, the investigation phases and trial phases are
Yeah.
more or less, well, often the same, like, amount of length. They're, like, different chapters. I've been operating off the
Yeah.
assumption that this is a shorter case anyways.
For sure.
And
also, I don't know if we're gonna have like actual courtroom settings. I know this
Yeah,
game is
yeah,
like,
that's the
you know,
thing.
Ace Attorney-esque, but also like
Yeah,
we're a
it's like, if
detective,
this
not
is-
a lawyer.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. It's like if this is closer to like, oh, we're just kind of going to talk things through, and then when we hit a point of,
Yeah.
oh, I have to make an accusation of this, and here's the piece of evidence, like
Yeah.
it might be more streamlined.
Yeah, I think we can try
I'm
to
cool with-
keep going.
Yeah, same.
All right. I guess let's see if we can finish the first case today.
Yeah.
既然如此，你说说看吧。
Deduction.
死者被发现的时候，这个房间处于密闭的状态，墙上的窗户不能进出，唯一的出入口是屋门。当屋门被再次打开时，屋内只有我和死者2人。在这种情况下，所有人，甚至包括我自己，都会本能地认为，凶手就是还在屋内的人，我。
Yeah, he's
这
like, did I do
我们
it?
便都会
Unclear.
屋内藏有第3个人的可能。
你倒说说看，这第3个人能藏身何处啊？
然是衣柜了。衣柜里的种种痕迹都表明，不久前里面藏过人。
Yeah, where would they have gone though?
Yeah.
屋内还藏有一个人。
We do also have the Ace Attorney classic of everybody is immediately on board with our conjecture up until.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
藏身柜子中的另有其人。
哦，
昨晚我到的时候，这个柜子就处于从外面锁住的状态。如果柜子里的人是凶手，他是不可能出来杀人的。
柜子里的人若不是凶手，那会是
The
谁？
victim.
昨晚到达罗佩家后，是我自己从屋内挂上了门栓。理论上，在那以后，就不太可能再有外人进入现场。床下堆满了书，衣柜上了锁。当时，而且有近期藏人的痕迹。 那也是当时屋内唯一能藏人的地方了。血迹分析表明，案发时除了我和罗佩，还有第三人存在，也就是本案的真凶。如果昨晚藏于柜子中的人不是凶手，那就只可能是这个人了。
The victim.
There he is.
This person.
如果柜子藏了凶手的话，那就
Ooh,
只能是罗佩了。
dramatic
Yeah.
point.
Yep.
It's objection, but with a fan.
Objection
Love
with
it.
the fan.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
he was
hey.
he was slapping his fan earlier, and I was like, "That's his version of the desk slam."
罗翁为什么要躲进自己家的衣柜里？躲猫猫吗？
Is he playing hide and seek? Well, is he? Because I should start playing hide and seek if Master Lo does it.
谢洛克曾说过，当你排除掉一切不可能之后，
See,
剩下的彼此在
actually,
一起
Sherlock Holmes stole
也
that
是
from
事实真
him.
相。
So
沈先生，罗佩藏进柜子中的理由是？
In search of.
yeah, he didn't do
Oh
it.
man, I kind of want to. All
We
right,
don't know what the. Yeah,
we can lose some health.
it's
罗佩是一个有怪癖的
what
人，
a classic
为了
Phoenix
写
right.
书而做出奇怪的事。
We don't know how many
Of
times we're
course.
gonna have to make guesses, but
合理。罗翁为了创作，能做出任何牺牲。
Of course.
it makes
这么说的
sense.
话，衣柜内的情况与本案无关了。
倒也不是。
Nah,
让我再演
wait.
绎一下，罗佩藏进
On
柜子
second thought,
发生了什么？
你现在仍是
Yeah.
嫌犯身份，
think
还
before
望
you
三
speak.
思而后言呐。
I'm gonna have to penalize you.
不，他不是自己躲进柜子的，
Oh, it just automatically does the thing.
而是被
I
人
mean, there
藏
was
进
only
去。
one other option.
Yeah, that's
so.
true.
先生，如果昨晚藏在柜子里的人是罗佩，那你见到的人又是谁？
是啊，你不是刚刚还说挂上门栓后，屋内只见到了罗佩一人吗？
We saw someone who looked like him.
Yep.
昨天晚上我在这间屋子里见到的人，并不是罗佩，而是凶手。
But the actual
我昨
murderer.
晚到达罗佩家时，屋内灯火尚明，但我敲了很久的门，才有人回应。在开门之
They
前
were，like,
对方还特地确认我们是否见过面。
Ah.
Yeah. Be like, should I
I know
recognize you?
见到的不是罗佩本人，早上见到尸体时又怎会认
Well,
不
they
出
looked
来
very similar.
Yeah.
昨夜见面
They
时，
were even wearing this
他压低帽檐，戴假胡子，
and a false
又有一背对
mustache.
着我，加之光线昏暗。而那时，真正的罗佩应该已经吃下带蒙汗药的糕点， 被凶手
Okay,
挪
so he
进柜
wasn't
中。
planning to frame us. He was just interrupted.
Wait, hang on.
Yeah.
What happened to the rice cakes then, though? Because he must have
I
eaten
mean,
the rice cakes before we got in.
Well,
So
if
then
he'd
we
just
came in
eaten
and
one,
ate the one rice cake, leaving 2 more. What happened to
Yeah,
those
he-
last 2 rice cakes?
he probably disposed of them when setting up his whole locked room thing.
I guess so.
你刚说的这个嘛，倒确实能解释
Explain it.
房间里存在第3个人。马捕头，你怎么看？
都是些猜测罢了。你可有证据能证明藏在柜子里的人就是罗翁？
Yes.
Yes.
Smell his braid. Smell it.
这是先生对尸体进行初步调查的结果，它能说明很多问题。
首先，罗佩的头发上能闻到轻微的樟木香味。
此话怎讲？
这个柜子是樟木所制，有香味，可驱虫。
It's like I
衣物放
cannot
里面一段时间，
overemphasize
会染
how
上香
cool
味。
camphorwood is.
Yep.
罗佩的衣服染香，头发却不该染香，除非
罗佩在衣柜里待过，并且他的头是一直贴着柜板的。
你不要忘了，罗翁平时是戴帽子的。那
Yes,
也
but
可
he
能是
wasn't
帽
wearing
子
it.
上的香味。
But it was on his braid, too.
It was on his braid.
这顶帽子上没有香味，因为经常穿的外衣帽
Yeah.
是不会被放进衣
That's a
柜
good
中的。
point. You just kind of, leave it on your
Speaking of-
clothes chair.
It's like, speaking of, I would like my coat back. You've been holding it for all this
Yeah.
time.
先生的分析确实有几分道理。本官很想知道，在死者的尸体上，你还有什么发现？
大人请看，死者领口有一些白色的糯米粉，那是潮膏的碎屑，说明他和我一样，吃下了带有蒙汗药的潮膏。死者被人连刺3刀而亡，身上却没有抵抗伤，也侧面证实了这一点。死者贴着假胡子，却有些不牢，明显是被人摘下来又贴回去的缘故。这些细节都印证了我刚刚的推论。昨天晚上，我见到的罗佩是凶手假扮的。
By the murderer.
Yep.
什么人胆敢假扮成罗？
沈先生这番分析有一定道理。
Well, you don't actually know that. You just know that it makes
不
sense.
过，直到马捕头破门而入，屋子一直处于反锁的状态呀。
对呀、凶手是怎么做到在反锁门栓的情况下离开屋子的呢？
A pulley
大门是
system.
唯一的出口，而门栓只能从屋内插上。
二位请看，
If you just pulley
这便是破解门栓之谜的关键
the
证据。
sash.
I would try the wood chip first.
Well, hang on. Okay, this is an Ace Attorneyism. Is it the wood chip or the sash that proves it? Because what does it say? Found in the wardrobe. It is different from the. I do.
I think we've already
think that-
deduced that it is from the door. Like, we're not
have, but
sure
we
yet
have-
about the
Yeah,
ribbon
we
thing.
haven't proven it to them. The thing
Well,
is,
I think we're going to now.
Well, yeah, it's just like, are we showing the wood chip and then the sash, or the sash and then the wood chip?
Yeah, that's a good question. I want to try the wood chip, though.
All right.
这是木茬。
对，关键就在这颗木茬上。
Eli.
这我就不懂了。拆柜板的时候掉落一些木茬在柜子里，不是挺正常的吗？
Ah, but you see.
不，
Oh, I like the little head
不正
turn.
首先，木茬并不是落在柜板上， 而是出现在一堆洗净的衣服中间。更重要的是，柜子内的板材是防腐的樟木，而这颗木茶是松木材质。
Yeah, that's right.
阿福仔细比较过它的材质和纹理，反而跟门栓断裂
Pact
处是
carefully
一致的。
checked after sniffing it like 5 times.
换句话说，这是门栓断裂时崩出的木茶。在马捕头破门而入时，衣柜明明上着锁，刚刚才被阿福打开，这是极不正常的。
Whoosh.
这可奇怪了，为什么木茶会出现在衣柜里？
Reason is insignificant. We
What are
don't
the
know yet.
options?
Yeah, if the reason is unknown or the reason is insignificant. I guess it's
Yeah,
unknown for
unknown but
now.
not
是什么理由
insignificant.
导致木茶出现在衣柜里？现在还没法完全推断出。
Listen, we're ace attorneying this.
Yeah, we're figuring it out as we go. It's fine.
We're ace attorneying this,
这个
Your
问题在
Honor.
现阶段并不重要。
Huh? I wonder if insignificant would also have worked then.
Huh.
重要的是
Weird.
木茶进入衣柜的时间，
When the wood
以
chip
及这
entered
个
the
时间所
wardrobe.
揭示的事实。
沈先生，不要卖关子了，快告诉本官，他揭示了什么事实？
Well, the wardrobe
很简单。
was open after the door
木茶
was.
会出现在衣柜中，说明它从门栓上崩裂的时间比衣柜上锁的时间要早。也就是说，门栓断的时候，衣柜的门还开着。
I feel like the way this is phrased does imply that the door latch was broken in advance.
先生，我们所知的最近的衣柜门还开着的时间，应该是在你醒来之前吧？
没错，
这不就说明
在马捕头踹开门之前，屋门上的门栓就已经断了。
All right.
换句话说，这根本不是什么密室。
So,
it doesn't
the thing is,
100%
Lo Wei was.
Yeah, it doesn't
Sorry, say
necessarily
again?
100% implicate him, because it could have been that the real culprit had like stuck the door some other way.
Yeah, but I think the most likely
Yeah.
is he was fully faking that the door was
Yeah, yeah,
locked.
yeah.
And
That's
Officer
definitely a
Ma just kind of
possibility.
jumped to kicking it.
Yeah, but there is also a possibility that the door was like, I don't know. This actually reminds me of a thing in Danganronpa, but they also did this, where like the door was actually just like stuck
Slightly
together with
jammed.
like an adhesive,
Gotcha.
so
Yeah,
that
I
it
mean,
seemed
I'm not.
like it was locked, but it was still
yeah,
like
I'm
locked
not
from the outside.
100% clear on what the sash is doing.
Yeah,
if it's not
I don't
as
know
an
about that yet
elaborate
either.
relocking mechanism.
Hmm.
But
Yeah, I still don't know about the sash. But yeah, I do think that what's his face is still the most suspicious, largely because he also like looks the most like the victim,
Yeah.
so he would be able to.
and he's been
and like
he's been from the
he has the
very start.
information, yeah.
He's holding the missing manuscript from the
Yep.
very start. He's been like, "Oh man, it was definitely all these other people
Yep.
and not me." Like that's an Ace Attorney
不
killer.
愧是先生啊！
我说呢，那
Man,
个门怎么一脚就踹开了？
I
当时
just
还以为
thought
是
it was
房子的
old.
屋子老化了。
凡有接触，必留痕迹。凶手自以为杀人嫁祸计划天衣无缝，却是百密一疏，将木茶落在了衣柜之中。
And the ribbon must have also been, you know, stashed away at that time. So like,
Yeah.
whatever use the ribbon had was already done at that point.
Yeah.
still don't know
so
what it
what
was used
the
for.
point?
Really weird.
Maybe it was to open
而
the
这
door
颗
in
小
the
小的
first
木茶
place?
不仅暴露了
Oh
它的
yeah,
本
pulling
质
out the fan.
Yeah.
更让我顺藤摸瓜，推出了他的真实身份。
Their true identity.
杀死罗佩的凶手就是
We're already going there. I think it was Shinwei.
Yep.
The fucking nephew. You.
本案的凶
And
手
he's even like wearing the same robe.
Yeah.
He's all identical.
你胡说！我怎么可能杀死自己的亲叔叔呢？
You're holding his manuscript,
谢老爷
dude.
你得为我做主啊！这人一定是为了给自己洗脱罪名，污蔑我的。
这个嘛，
It's like, I don't know,
沈先
man.
生
You kind of suck,
你认为
so...
罗世文是本案凶手？
Yeah,
有
where
什么
is her?
证据
Is it his
这事
sash?
可不能儿戏呀、
Is he like... He's supposed to be wearing a
我们刚分
sash?
析。
It's just missing?
门栓
Well,
不是
no,
在
it seemed to be
房子
that
上断
the ribbon was
而是
originally
披在
used to
屋内
like
的
tie
那
up that quilt.
Yeah,
So
but like,
why
why
was
was
it
it hanging from the
untied?
ceiling is what
Yeah.
I mean. I'm like, what is up with that?
屋子呈现的所谓密闭状态
But，yes.
不过是凶手制造的假象。在整个过程中，
was-
他看似是在敲门，实则是确保门不会被其他人打开。直到马捕头出现并上前踹门，凶手在马捕头踹门的瞬间松手，这样就能先入为主，让大家相信屋门已反锁，进而误判整个案件。你们都被他的演技欺骗了。
Yeah.
好啊，
Oh, damn.
你是白眼狼！
Officer Ma's like, you know what? I've always wanted an excuse.
罗世文，我必须告诉你，你的手法只是一个自然巧妙的诡计。
Furthermore, you suck.
Brutal.
So,
因为它有一个软肋，足以致命。
a fatal weakness.
什么软肋？
整个诡计想要成功，你必须保证屋门始终处在自己的掌控之中。我据此反推便能确定，
Reverse deduction.
Reverse deduction, yes, the rare reverse
你就是凶
deduction.
手。
Reverse
你胡
deduction.
说！
I don't think you
罗
know
世
what
文
that means.
事到如今，
To be
你还有什
fair,
么想说的吗？
Sherlock Holmes doesn't really know what deduction means either, but that's weird. It's a weird extra thing.
恶意重伤，伤天害理。我也必须要说点什么了。
That's
先
right.
生，
I have
编了一
testimony.
个故事，又讲了一堆歪理。可是，你看见它发生了吗？凭什么让我们相信你说的就是事实？依我看，你才是欺骗大家的那个人。
你的这些说法又有什么凭据？
一个很简单的道理，我根本没有动机做这些事。
What about the manuscript that you're holding right
留
now?
给我的调查时间太短了，我还没能完全查清杀人动机。
You're literally holding it.
罗佩是我的亲叔叔呀，我怎么会想杀他呢？更关键的
The
问题在
missing
于，
manuscript.
你我之间，咱俩这是第一次见面吧？
没错，此前你我素不相识。
既然素不相识，
Mhm.
我何苦要通过杀害亲叔叔来陷害你？
Well, because I was conveniently there.
既然
You
素
were
不
gonna
相
make
识
it
我当然不
look
可能
like
知道你
well-
昨天晚上会来
Could
访。
have.
No, you
又如何
could have.
能
They
设
had an
计陷阱来
appointment.
栽赃你？
I am thinking based on the it took him a long time to come to the door that he was panicking and he was like, oh shit, I
Yeah.
can't let him see me. What if I disguise as my uncle? So I don't actually think that was premeditated anymore. But like, it could just
Could
be
have
he was
been.
planning to arrange
Yeah.
it. I mean, actually, no shit. That's what the ribbon's for. He was planning to frame it as a suicide by hanging him from the rafters, which is why they were up there. Why there's dust around the middle because they were hanging there. But
我状况
then,
行
as
凶
he was trying to
它是个
hang
巧
out,
合。
set up the murder scene, he's like, oh shit, now I have to frame this guy for murder.
Yeah.
And that's why he does the
巧
knife.
合？你不是说一切都是我设计好的诡计吗？
Yeah, but you...
沈先生，你们真的素不相识？
Is it true that you've never met?
的确如此。
既然你俩不认识，罗世文确实没道理陷害你。
先生，情况对我们好像不太妙。
It's cool. We'll
沈
ace
先生
attorney it.
你是不是弄错了呀？
Object.
不会的，我先生的推理从来没有错过。
推理，那只是你们的一面之词罢了。
Okay.
证据呢？你们有吗？仅凭那颗木茬吗？
这个嘛，罗世文说的也有一定道理。沈先生，有进一步的证据能证明你的主张吗？如果
So
没
is
有
he
证据的
announced
话
the，ribbon?
你确实无法告发罗世文。要
Which
是弄错了，
sort of
关可
is
不好
ace
办。
attorney proof. Ace attorney, man. Yes, you have evidence.
早就听说自诩侦探的人中，也有不少无耻之徒。今日
Wow.
There's so many fake detectives out there.
沈先生，你没证据，
目前
Yes,
还
you
没有
have。proof. Objection.
那就只能把你们都抓回去，大刑伺候。
Y'all.
Objection. Oh, shit.
Oh wow.
You escalated that. I came so far. This is the classic ace attorney,
Yep.
yes.
先生，你在努力
Time for a
想想
turnabout.
Try to
是不是
think
还能有什么
harder.
线索？你不是说
Can't
吗？
your dead mentor Mia Fey give some guidance in a moment like this?
Memory Palace. Oh boy, what's
Your
this
memory
now?
palace. Holmes
能
stole
告发
that
罗世
from
文的证
him
据，一
too.
定还存在于这个房间之中。
God,
凡有接触，
must still be
必
in
留
this
痕
room.
迹。证据不是不存在，
Undiscovered.
以本物之
Find
相
it with your psychic
及本
powers.
事之相，次第安顿于各处所。
Mind palace.
桌上
Yeah,
到
the
底缺
the
什么什么东西？
manuscript. The fucking manuscript that
书
this
桌上缺
kid
少的
has
东
been
西
holding the whole
是罗
time.
佩的手稿。砚台上的素墨还没有完全凝结，毛笔上的墨也未干，说明昨晚有人在书桌前写过东西。可能是罗佩，也可能是假扮成罗佩的罗世文。
Well, the guy that we saw was writing something.
Yes. So he
What
could
was
be
he
like,
writing?
I am writing words so that I look busy while I frame this guy for
Yeah.
murder.
不管是
Which
谁
would，be very helpful for
现场
us.
都应该留下手写的书稿。
Unless someone took it.
那些
Yeah.
书稿
The guy who's been
是什么时候被
holding
拿
a
走的？
book the whole
这件事
time.
我应该有印象的。调查这张书桌的时候，总有一种微妙的异样感，
I need to
要把这
grasp
种感
onto
觉
this feeling.
牢牢抓住。那将是潜藏在我记忆中的关键线索。
Hidden inside my memory. Where is it? Where could it be?
想起来了，
Of
初次
course.
行事，我曾见到过桌上摆着书稿，这是调查书桌时那种异样感的源头，说明书稿是我醒来之后被拿走的。有人在调查过程中藏匿了线索，
During the
是谁？
investigations.
为什么要这么做？
Well, maybe it's the guy we just accused of
可
murder.
能性最大
Yep.
的当然是凶手了，
Would be the murderer.
也无法完全排除
I mean,
其
he's
他人
literally
从线索
holding it.
Yeah.
其他
What is this?
What the fuck?
What just happened?
Okay, so
That's
we're
a
getting
really
our
cool-
dead, evil self mentor.
I love the lighting here, though. That's awesome. Look at
Yeah.
其他的可能性出现的概率有多高？ 非常低。
What?
现场除凶手之外，没人有动力藏
Holy
匿线索。
shit! That's a plot
我们
element.
对这些低概率事件的态度是暂不列入假设。我现在很忙，你可以走开吗？
I'm busy, inner voice. Could you
What?
like leave?
That's so weird. Oh, I love it. I love some weird
So-
shit.
Maybe there's a reason he woke up with a knife in his hand and said, I don't think I murdered this man.
Wow. Interesting.
Maybe that was actually a more reasonable assumption than we thought.
我在帮你梳理案情呢，大侦探。
Oh
Oh
boy.
shit.
That's a thing.
That's a thing.
假设凶手在调查过程中，
He's just like, moving on.
Moving
这
on.
个对他一定非常
Totally
We'll deal
normal.
with
Happens all the
that
time.
later.
Yeah.
书稿里到底写了什么？作案动机、关键证据、死亡遗言，
Full confession.
还是书
Yeah,
稿
was
本身
it
价值
just
不
I'm
菲？
stealing this to sell for myself?
可能性太多了。
There are too many
你
possibilities,
更
but
应该
also
问
he's
的问
lit.
题是：
Where
为
is
什么白
it?
天冒着风险也要拿走的东西，当天晚上却没有拿走？
What is he trying
Happened
to say?
after. I mean,
Why would something
It
interesting be left behind that
so I
night?
almost feel
Oh, meaning like
the-
why didn't he just take it with him when he did the
yeah.
murder?
Well, what if it has blood on it? So like it's inconsistent
think
with
they
the
would've-
previous blood stains and proves that he was murdered beforehand.
Appeared after the crime. I'm not entirely sure what these options mean.
So I think they
Forgot it
forgot
scene
it at
sounds
the
silly.
scene. Yeah, I don't think it's the first one. I think the second one would be like the scenario I'm thinking of is he killed Lope at his desk, so there's like blood on the manuscript, and that would
But wait, he
Or-
would have. Lope was already, well, I don't know if he was already dead, but he was already at least like knocked out.
he was
and
already
shoved
at
in the
least
wardrobe.
yeah. I'm thinking either
I don't
the
think he
bloodstain
would've-
would be
I don't think he killed him at a desk.
so then the thing is I think it would have had to be blood because something like it was altered. It's like, okay, if Shinwei deliberately altered it, then he would know about it. And there's not a reason for him to forget it at the crime scene if it's so valuable, something he risked taking in broad daylight. So the only thing I can think of that could be an alteration would be like if there was blood spatter he didn't notice that someone
that's what I was
incriminated
thinking, that
him.
there was some kind of evidence that
Yeah.
he just didn't notice at
Yeah.
night. I guess maybe
Because it
because
happened-
it was like too dim or something, like he couldn't see it
Yeah, it
well,
happened
and then he came in
after
the...
he set it up. Yeah, they did talk about the
I
candles.
guess it appeared
yeah.
after the crime would make more sense then, like appeared in the
appeared,
sense
yeah.
that like it
Makes
became
sense,
visible, not that it
Yes.
came into being.
Yes. Let's hope evil clone doesn't dock us if
是
we're
凶手离
wrong.
开现场后才出现的。
I was saying the manuscript appeared, not like some kind of evidence on the manuscript. That doesn't make
Well, that-
sense,
that
because we
wasn't
were already
really what we
saying
were
that it was
going
already
with.
there.
不对，
Yeah.
当
Lope
时屋
was
内的
dead.
两
I
个
was
人
unconscious.
罗佩死了。
So it was altered. Okay.
Yeah.
We
不
assumed
要总
it
是把问
meant
题复杂化
evidence.，
真相往往是
Yeah.
简单且符合直觉的。
Well, simple and
Thank you,
instinctive makes
MacLeod.
me think that it was just he forgot it, but
为什
that
么
doesn't
白
make
天冒着
sense.
风险也要拿走的东西，当天晚
Guess
上
it's
I
却
don't
没
know.
有拿
Let's
走
try altered.
I
then.
think altered seems more.
难道书稿在凶手离开现场后
But there was no one else
发生了
there.
变化？
Okay, I guess they're doing
guess it
that. I
must
was
have just
thinking
been-
again altered by the crime. Fine. He forgot it. He's an idiot.
No,
Okay,
no,
maybe
no,
I'll
this
leave my
isn't
people.
right.
Oh, he literally wrote down the murderer's
I
name.
mean, I guess that's not impossible, but I highly
I
doubt
guess
it.
it's not impossible, but like, yeah,
书
no.
车上也没有留下他
It's
行
like,
动的
wait a
痕迹，
minute, no.
至少应该有血迹之类的。
I guess it
That
is
would
just the
be
most
why.
obvious
是把问
one.
题复杂化，
All right,
Okay,
simple and
thank you.
instinctive. He's just a dumbass.
Evil self.
I'm trying not
Well,
to
okay,
swear
I wouldn't say evil. This guy doesn't seem evil. He looks evil, but he's not
Sinister.
acting evil.
He's sinister as all get
Yeah.
out.
He's making
And
an evil
I don't
face.
think he's making an evil face. He's sinister as all get out, and I don't think that there is a nice and good and untraumatizing explanation
Yeah, for sure.
why he has a shadow self that he really doesn't want to talk to, but is helping him solve these crimes in a mocking way.
I'm so intrigued by this. I really want to know what the deal with this is. Wow. Okay, I guess they just forgot it.
Find out. He's just an...
It does sound
Although
unbelievable.
It sounds unbelievable. He's
He's just
just
that dumb.
bad at crime.
再次进入现场后，他意识到，书稿可能会成为对自己不利的关键证据。
Yeah,
realized how
I think he
important it
didn't
was.
realize that it could have been incriminating. Makes more sense than just he forgot about it.
本案是
Maybe
血
he
杀人
wrote a suicide
诡计是事先
note,
计划
like a
好的
fake suicide
否
note
则无法
in
做
the
到如此完
manuscript.
相
Oh,
And then
yeah,
he
that
had
makes
to switch it
sense.
to murder. And then
That
he's
would
like,
make
wait a
sense,
minute,
yeah.
if they read the suicide note.
Yeah.
凶手又是个心思缜密的人，现场也是经他处理过的。什么样的事会被他遗忘呢？真的每件事情都在凶手的计划之中？
Yeah, are you sure, man?
是的，有件事，凶手确实
There
无
was
法
one
计划。
thing
Yeah.
murder couldn't
Me.
have planned.
凶手
Me,
计划之外的事情是，
my rival. That is a very dramatic way
连
to.
罗
I
氏
love
自己
it.
都说，
Yeah, no, it's such a
不可
good
能事先
effect.
知道
So
我会
cool.
回访。但不管他是怎么说的，他事实上设计了一个密室，把案件嫁祸到了我身上。我成为这个杀人计划的一部分，这本身就是最不合理的地方。那如果你没有出现呢？
Another
Different
plan.
plan.
显然，
That is honestly a little bit
凶手还
impressive
有
that
另
they
一个
managed
杀人计
to
划，也是他原本的方案。
like replan their entire plan and make this whole locked room thing.
Thinking on his feet.
Cause like
I mean, it was.
the locked room thing probably wasn't part of the original plan.
No, well, maybe. I kind of feel like it was. I think that if he was trying to frame it as a suicide, then he would also just be like, yeah, the door was locked. It could only have been a suicide. He was the only one there. So I feel
I
like
guess.
maybe the locked room part was new, but I think otherwise it was just like swap out the murder methods.
Yeah.
凶手没料到我会中途到访，并坚持要见罗佩，打乱了原计划的执行。得知我与罗佩素未谋面后，他临时改变计划，假扮罗佩引我进屋，想让我当替
Also, I
罪
feel like disguising yourself as your near identical uncle is not a huge plan of
Yeah,
cunning.
那么凶手原本的计划是？
Suicide.
Suicide.
如果我没有出现，这间密室中就只剩下了罗佩的尸体。很显然，凶手原本的计划是让罗佩在密室中杀死自己，他想伪造
Yeah.
罗佩自杀。
It was always going to be a locked room.
Yeah.
若原计划是伪造自杀，消失的书稿中就有可能藏有。
A suicide note.
我
Yeah.
知道了，现场必然会有一份遗书。
Boom.
We did it.
沈先生
They're，like, are you alright,
再
man?
磨
Yeah.
人不
You
可
just
Resort to
fully
violence!
zoned
What?
out.
Jesus,
I mean,
this guy.
he's trying to take us in and torture us, so
Yeah.
like, I feel like beating us up a little bit beforehand is not really a big leap.
且慢，张知县，马捕头
Fully dissociated.
我已经知晓凶
They're
手的
just
全
like
部轨
sitting
迹。
out here like, is
能否
he
最后再给我一
okay?
次
And
机
Apu's
会？
like, no, he does this sometimes. Let him cook.
It's just part of his process.
It's the method.
Yeah.
沈正平定然还你们一个真相。
大人，不必再听
You're
他妖言惑
literally
众。
holding it,
看你如
which is
此
also
在
classic
意，
Ace Attorney.
本官反倒想再给沈先生一个机会。
He's like, you know what? I
沈先生，
wasn't gonna do it, but I
请说
like
吧。
watching you squirm.
虽
Let's
然
go.
本官觉得你应该
I
已经
believe you're
山
at the
穷
end of
水
your
尽
rope.
了。
Wow.
Really inept
我与
phrasing
罗
when
世
you
文
find
素不
out
相
what
识，
happened.
Yeah.
却能成为他密室杀人轨迹中的核心一环，是因为
Do we have to?
罗世文临时改变了计划，
That's
而
right.
他原本的
He's
计
an
划
improv artist.
是伪造罗佩在屋内自杀。
He thinks on his feet.
That face is really good.
Apu's like, ooh, a
计划
fake
是
suicide.
伪造自
Fine.
杀吗？沈先生，你的这个说
Truly,
法可
truly
以
no
凭
thoughts
据
head empty.
Not yet, but I will soon.
根据我的推理，凶手在离开现场时，不慎将一份伪造的遗书落在了屋内。
哦，还有这种事？
沈先生，都到这个时候了，还在信口雌黄呢。你要是有什么遗书，就拿出来给大家看啊。
Why don't you take it out for everyone to see?
You're holding it.
若伪造遗书一事为真，本部立马将罗世文拿下。
马捕头，我能问你一个问题吗？
你说吧。
我初醒来时，曾见到书桌上铺着一张纸，你可有印象？
你这一说，好像还真是。不过，又好像记不太清了。
马捕头曾反复强调，绝不允许任何人破坏现场。然而在调查时，凶手就是在您的眼皮子底下，偷偷将遗书藏起来了。我们一起再搜查一次房间，只要找到遗书，就能证明我的观点。
They're gonna be like, no.
沈先生，我劝你不要再拖延时间了。你编故事的能力，真是比我们这些写小说的都要强啊！
Us novelists.
Yeah, he also considers himself a novelist.
沈先生，今日
He's a real
本官已
novelist,
经
or
听
does
了
he just
很多
think
的
that
推
he can be as
理
good as his uncle?
你的分析虽然听着都挺有
Deductions
道理，但毕竟只是你的一面之词。
It's almost like you're just plowing forward blindly, hoping that you'll have the evidence conveniently in your pocket.
本官断案，还
Yes.
是需要看到实打
Let
实的
us
证据。
Point to it.
张大人明察秋毫。
Perspicacious, that's a word.
That's a
你既
word.
然主张屋
Maybe
内
he
有
really is a
伪造
writer.
的遗
Yep.
书，你
Yes.
就有义
I
务
know
找
where it
到
is.
它。
Don't worry.
本官再给你最后一次
Yes,
机会指
good.
出，你说的遗书究竟藏在哪里？
县老爷，其实一次机会和两次机会的差别也不大，不如
Apu, I think there is.
Or
再
3
最
or
后给一
4.
次机会。这是沈先生
He runs
刚
on
刚
genie
自
rules.
己
Exact
说的
words
话
only.
Yep.
感谢张知县成全，一次机会够了。
More than enough. We know where it is.
根本就没有这样的证据存在。
那么，就请沈先生指
Yeah.
出吧。
先生，咱们只有一次机会，这可怎么办？
He's literally holding
到
it.
这个时候，必须赌一把了。
We already got it.
Yeah, he's holding it.
遗书就藏在这个地方。
什么地方？
当然是藏在你身上了。
你胡说！
我和马捕头曾分别搜索过屋子内外，没发现可疑的纸张。那封伪造的遗书，只可能还藏在你的身上。
常大人，沈仲平这是想在没有明确证据的情况下搜我的身吗？我可是癸卯年的秀才，见官不跪。
I feel like you
这个
you
嘛
kind of have to.
Curious what that means.
如果要
but
我说
we'll
的更
see.
清楚一些，那就是这里。
You are literally holding it. Literally in your
那
hand.
种东西怎么可能藏在我身上？
看你的表情，桌上遗失的书稿，就是你手上一直握着的那卷书吧？
Maybe he's like, maybe that was a thing where like he was supposed to look like, oh, I'm a student, I'm just holding a textbook. It's like, no, you're not. It's the exact
Yeah.
kind of book that's on the desk.
伪造的遗书一定也藏在里面。
不是的，
马捕头，把那本书收缴上来检查一下吧。
罗世文，你给我站好了，别动，把手中的书交给本捕。
你
Wing.
别过来！
小子，不许识书！
Eating the book!
Stop eating the book.
住手啊！
Afu's like, oh man, I should try that.
这里面还真夹着一张纸。
我曾与死亡签订，
I
Ah.
inked a
静
pact
候
with
他
death.
的到来。
It wasn't us who inked that pact.
Yeah.
终于
I had fully
扣下
forgotten about that,
了
actually.
Yeah, me too.
I
But
assumed it
that
was
doesn't
just
sound
us or
like a
something.
suicide note.
烦请侄儿试闻。
Oh, okay.
Well,
here we go.
now-
身后之事，一切从简即可。
Now it looks like it.
Yeah, there we go.
Keep it simple,
沈先
stupid.
生料事如神，还真是一张遗书。
He's like, thank goodness you figured that out with your psychic
忘恩
powers.
负义的小兔崽子！国翁对你也曾
Officer
关
Ma
爱有
is
加，
like,
你怎么对得起他？
Master Lo was my favorite person in the
为了
entire
拿着这小
world.
子的脑
Oh boy.
Wow.
Getting a real witch trial vibe off of
你
this.
胡说，是他对不起我。
He's the one who let me down. Wow.
Let me down.
这么说，你是承认自己杀害罗佩了？
Ooh.
污蔑，不是我。
罗世文，无论你和罗佩之间有何恩怨，都不该动杀人之心，
No
更不该构
matter
陷
the
无辜。
circumstances. Yeah, Shen definitely would never have like killed anyone with a mysterious evil side or something. I'm sure that's not going to be what
不
happened.
知能否为本官梳理一下整个案子
Oh,
的
are we doing a
来龙
recap?
去脉？
Recap time, let's go.
罗世文最开始的计划，其实是迷晕罗佩，
Yeah,
用衣柜中的那卷布袋杀害他，
grab the ribbon from the rafters.
然后利用门栓诡计，制造他在密闭的房间内上吊自杀的假象。不料，在他行凶的过程中，我突然到访，并坚持要见罗佩。
因此，他不得不改变计划，把先生嫁祸成凶手。
I think he had more of those rice cakes left.
在我晕
It's
倒
like, well,
罗世文从柜子中将昏睡的罗佩抬出并杀害，又将凶器塞入我的手中，
very cute murder reenactment.
然后按原计划弄断门栓，伪造密室。
What did he do with the coat then? Where is it? Well, I guess he had time to leave at some point. So
Yeah.
he could have disposed of it somewhere.
And Justice has long arms, puts on
在现实中杀人
sunglasses.
跟在小说中想象作案，又岂是一样的？死者胸口被刺后流了很多血，完成布置所花费的时间也比他预计的要长。
Yeah, you amateur.
留
It's
下了
like
许
if
多
I
漏
had
洞。
set up this frame murder, I would have done it much better.
漏洞？有什么漏洞？
在弄断门栓时，他没注意到绷进袖口的木茬。他没有时间还原布袋，整理衣柜，只能将那卷布袋塞入其中，再将衣。
不料，却把袖口的木茬留在了上锁的衣柜里。
最致命的，当然是他竟然忘了把遗书带走，只能为此，
He was truly an
他
idiot.
拿走了桌上的书稿，想藏木于林，掩人耳目。我说的没错吧，罗世文？你就是杀害罗佩的凶手。
不，你们根本不懂，那是属于我的东西，
Is
本来就是我
is
的，
he the real writer?
统统都是我的。
Is he not a good for nothing after all?
怎么会？我
I mean, aside from the murder?
这
Okay, that's very Ace Attorney.
Oh. Well,
Yep.
there he goes.
居然直接晕了过去。
Yeah, no, this happens a lot.
沈先生，此案峰回路转，你的表现令我印
Yep, I'm
象
good.
深刻。不仅在短时间内洗清了自己的冤屈，
There were
还帮
no
我们
loose ends left in here.
了不起，
We don't have any
Whoa.
lingering questions.
Yep.
本官尚有
Oh,
一
never
丝
mind. We have one
疑虑
lingering question.
大人请讲。
我刚比较了遗书上的字迹与罗佩手稿上的字迹，
Because
两
he
者
was the one who
互
wrote all the
相近
books. Lopez just
罗
took
世文
credit.
尚未承认罪行，杀人的动机亦不清晰。若那
如果想要此案成为铁案，还需要找到更多的证据，对吧？
Oh, what? We gotta do stuff after the confession?
哦，对，
Unheard of.
不知沈先生有何高见？
罗世文假扮罗佩时，穿着他的风衣外套，那件外套从案发现场消
The
失。
code is missing. And why was
应该
that
是在
lady
罗世文第一次
sobbing
离开现场
when
时
Yeah.
she
被他带走。
when we met her?
And what is the deal with the delivery guy? I guess he was just a red
He was
herring.
just a red herring.
Yep.
哦，什么理由？
我猜，罗世文是穿着那件外套行凶的。还有带蒙汗药的潮膏，也在
Okay,
布置完
yeah.
现场后
Okay,
被罗世
yeah.
文带走了。留给他处理的时间有限，这些东西还在某个地方藏着，也说不定。
这个嘛，马捕头，你怎么看呀？
如果发现罗世文藏匿了血衣，此案必然是铁案了。我这就派人搜索去。
这一来，剩下的就是程序
It's
性的
really
事了。
boring, and we don't want to make a whole game out of it, so you
Yep.
know, it's all good.
今天委屈沈先生了，咱们一同离开此地吧。
Oh.
Case number 1 solved.
I think. Do we want to just end things here?
This is probably the best place to end it. Yes.
Not even.
Yeah, you might want to check on what the
Stop.
autosave situation is.
Yeah, from what I see, this game doesn't like seem to have save files. It just seems to save whenever. Where is there even a menu? Let's just go and see
Yeah.
when we can get to a menu.
Yeah.
案子破了，先生看起来也不是很开心。
It's almost like somebody died or something.
Okay, so yeah, we can get to menu from here.
Okay. Save, load.
Yes. Okay, so there are saves.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh man, so have we been just flying without a save file this whole time?
Yep, we have.
Whoops. That could have been disastrous.
Although, do we want to? This might not be the end. Although we got the like solved screen.
Yeah, we definitely
And
hit
if
like this is a
we-
chapter break, if not
Okay,
the
yeah,
end
I
of
think
the whole
I think this is
story.
a good
Because
spot to end. Yeah.
because like the suspicion that I have is that Shiwen was the one who wrote all of the books,
Yeah.
and that's why the handwriting matches. But the fact that they didn't just immediately reveal that in a villain monologue makes me think that they're going to keep like this plot thread is
Yeah.
going to return. Especially since Lope knew something about the London case
Oh yeah, for
that we
sure.
seem to be
That's going
fixated
to be
on.
relevant to the
So
overarching
it's clearly
game
coming
plot.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that this is clearly a point
Alright.
of, you know, I'm just gonna say like, yes, so the game is doing a lot of Ace Attorneyisms, but doing them very well.
Yeah.
And I definitely like coming into this genre, I was like, okay, yes, we've got the like, here's a, 11th hour, it feels like there's no hope, but then, the sudden breakthrough,
Yep.
dead mentor, ghost, whatever scene is going to come into play. And I thoroughly was not expecting sinister shadow self.
Yep.
In
That was
the Mind
yeah.
Palace conspiracy boardroom.
Yep.
Who's just like, yeah,
That was
I'm
pretty
here,
awesome,
and you
yeah.
know about me. And like, Shen knows about him,
Mhm.
and is just like, this happens enough that he's just like, can you come back later?
That was
Which
a
is
great
a
scene.
wild way to introduce this element. Yes, no.
Yeah, I'm very excited
applause
about
for
that. That's gonna be really
Applause.
fun.
Yeah, I am so excited to find out what's up.
Yep. Yeah, cool game so far.
Yeah. Ooh.
It's very simple first case, but I'm sure
But,
it'll get more complicated as it goes. I also really like the like extra bits of the various.
Yeah. No, there's
not
some
that,
cool
that
stuff.
thing.
I bet the student
What
thing
else have we
is
got here?
like, if that was a
Deduction of
thing.
official duties. Okay, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
And what is this? Privileges of cultivated talents.
Yeah, they have certain privileges.
Hmm.
So interesting.
3 inches taller than others.
3
what?
inches taller. Yes.
That's yeah. These things are so cool. I really like these extra little bits of like
Getting to learn the
culture
lore.
and history.
The lore
yeah,
by lore. I mean
the lore
actual
of the real world.
real world lore.
Yeah, very very cool. Oh look, we've got different. Oh, I feel like that's a spoiler. I didn't want to see that.
Yeah, I don't want to know. I don't want to know what's up with that. We want to find it.
Yeah, we
naturally.
clearly have some kind of alternate outfits, but I would like
Something is
to
going
see
on
them
with Shen.
in context. All right. Yeah, well, thank you so much for coming to the stream, guys. Yeah, really excited
fun.
for this game. Get to do some mystery solving. Good
Mysteries.
stuff. All right, I guess that'll be it. This is definitely one of my longer streams. But yeah, we managed to get all of case 1. Very cool.
Woo.
All right, well, we'll be back Thursday, 7 p.m. EST, usual time, to start chapter 2. So, I'll see you guys then.